What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. I'm about to paint another eye. This eye is actually the one and only Nina Infinities. Now, I did a live stream earlier today, and I have not a lot of energy, so I don't think I'm going to be talking very much, just FYI, but I am going to be painting. So if you are excited to see me paint Nina Infinities' eye, then I guess sit back, because that is what I'm going to do. But hello to everyone in the chat. I hope you guys are all having a great night. Holy hand grenades, hello. Gravel Loken, thank you. That Targaryen guy, hello. Jetto Jag, thank you for stopping by. Anna, watch Shane. He did a good show last night. What is Shane talking about? Because I would have Shane on in the background. I'm just kind of worried about if it's like a drama stream. I know last night he did like a drama stream, and I'd rather not, but if you guys want me to listen to Shane, that I guess I could. He hasn't started yet. I mean, maybe if he wants company, I can jump on and talk to him. Let him know in the chat. Yeah, let him know in the chat that I'm live and I'm painting if he wants company on his stream. But yeah, if he wants to send me the link, I'll jump on. I don't want to. I know what his stream is about yesterday, and I really don't want to get involved in any of that drama. So yeah. But if he wants me to go on, I'll go on. But I'm gonna just start painting and sketching out Nina's eye. So yeah. Hello, Xavier over on Twitch. Hello, everyone over on the Twitches. Hello, hello, hello. But you guys in the chat, keep an eye out. Let me know if Shane wants company. So I'll go on if you guys want me to be talkative. But if not, this is just going to be a chill, relaxing painting stream. Shane has about another 30 minutes of intros. I think Nina's sleeping. She's been like, when are you going to paint my eye? When are you going to paint my eye? So tonight is the night. Now, I absolutely adore Nina. She sent me a terrible photo. I had to like send it to myself and edit it on my iPhone to like up the sharpness and fix the color, because it was like so washed out. And I think she took it like in her bathroom mirror, so like the color is all yellow from the fake lighting. You know who sent me the best photo ever was Raging Rhino. I told him, I was like, natural sunlight is the best. Obviously, he's a boy, so no makeup. His eye was like, it was high definition, beautiful, like absolutely perfect lighting. And I think it came out great. His is one of my favorites, and that was an early on one. So I always say, like, the better quality photo I get, the better the painting will come out. What's up, Steve? Steve, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. Steve, did you ever send me your eye? Steve, I think it's been like a year since I met you in person, right? Or was that 2 years ago at that art show? I met you and your friend. Was that last year, or was that the year before? I feel like time goes by so fast nowadays. What's up, Rhino? My eye's the best. Woohoo. Okay, is it just me or Star Wars Twitter insane right now? Rhino, is it still going on? I like took a break after I was so hungry after I did my stream. So my favorite, like one of my favorite foods in the entire world is crepes. Fucking love crepes. And I went and I made myself some crepes. Me and Peaches watched a couple episodes of our show. And then Peaches like did some work, and I did some work too, like boring back end stuff with the YouTubes, and then I took a little break. That was 2 years ago. Oh, really? It was 2 years ago? Gosh, I keep thinking it was last year. Oops. But yeah. Took a little break, had some crepes, made some crepes, ate. It was glorious. Went on my phone for a little bit. My mom's on vacation right now. Her and all of her friends are like, they went to Oklahoma. Now they're in Nashville. And they're doing all this old lady stuff. But she's like, I want you to call me. And I'm like, I love my mom, but I'm like, can't you tell me about your vacation when you get home? But I get it. She wants to talk. She wants to know how the baby's doing and all that jazz. But yeah, so like, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Mom, during the day when I have a little bit more energy and I haven't just done a 4-hour live stream. Let's see. Sounds like she has having a good old lady time. It does look like it from all the photos she's been spamming me and my brother. All right. Did anybody in the chat go and bother Shane and ask him if he wants company? Did it ever, and I opened up Twitter, something there's new, some kind of continuation overall story of Disney, Star Wars, Shills crying. I know some dude's calling me a bigot because I was like, I posted a meme about one of his photos. It was him in Star Wars, not Star Wars Theory, Star Wars Explained in the Slave Leia outfits, like hugging each other, and they're both, I wouldn't even say dad bods, but it's like dudes that probably shouldn't be showing off that much of their anatomy, showing off their anatomy in Slave Leia outfits, touching each other. And I was like, my eyes are burning. And he called me a bigot. So I kind of laughed at that. But no, guys, just post in Shane's chat. Ask him if he wants company. If not, I'll just do my own thing and paint. Usually people aren't live when I'm doing this kind of stuff. So if Shane wants company, I'll hop on so you guys can be entertained. But if not, I'm just going to do a chill stream. Yeah, I've noticed that, like, the guys that send me photos, like, because one of my criteria is you can't be wearing makeup. And a lot of women get insecure about that. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, the worse you think you look, the better the painting is going to come out. So if you have like red eyes and your skin you feel like is all inflamed, like if you just scrubbed your face, that's going to be better. The makeup it hides all your beautiful skin tones, ladies. And, girls, I get it. You get insecure about things. I do too. I'm a whammon. But trust me, like, it's the exact opposite of a photo. The worse you think you look in person, the better your painting is going to be. So I think girls get a little apprehensive about my criteria. But trust me, it's so much better if you don't have makeup on. But yeah, because they don't have makeup on, they never want to send me like a high definition photo. And I'm like, the more I can see, the prettier I can make it. Because there's some photos that I'm like, oh, I like, just like, yes, I get in the zone. It's all perfect because I can see everything. And then there's other photos where I'm like, oh my gosh, if this was just a little bit higher res, this could be an amazing, amazing painting. But I'm limited by what I can see. And I can only make up so much for my own like personal knowledge on anatomy. So there's some eye paintings that I'm like, oh, this would have been better if it was a better photo. The best, fuck, how do you say his name? Rasmain. I didn't even know he was black from the first photo he sent me. It was very, very yellow, and I think, like Nina's eye here, I think it was taken in a bathroom because of the artificial lighting. And I was like, this is a really blurry photo, and I was like, I wish I could do better, but like I can only work with what I have here. And he submitted a second photo, and I was like, you're black? I couldn't tell at all from the first photo. So I think that one was like the biggest glow up. And he sent me a much better photo the second time, and the painting came out so much better. He was very nice for doing that, very accommodating. So I appreciate that. He even sent me his wife's eye, and his wife's eye was very high definition too. So she'll be coming up soon. But yeah, Rhino's was like right in the sun. I'm assuming he took it like kind of in the morning, and it was just like absolute perfect lighting and the right level of high definition. So yeah, Rhino wins at taking the photo of his eye. Let's see. You're the queen of the bigots, according to Twitter. Let's see. Okay, did anybody hear back from Shane? Does he want company? Or is he still doing his intros? I never catch the beginning of Shane's stream, so I guess I'm unaware of his intro game. Sometimes people do long intros to let people like get in and like get the notifications. Because if you set your stream like at least an hour beforehand, YouTube's good about sending notifications immediately. But if you just randomly go live, YouTube can get delayed on the notifications. So that's why some people take extra long doing the intros just to give people time to come into the stream. Shane is grumpy tonight. Oh, okay. That's why. Nina, you're awake. I was saying earlier about I was like, you've been bugging me about this, and now I think you're sleeping. I was giving you shit, Nina. You sent me like a very blurry, washed out photo, so I had to send it to myself and edit it and turn up the sharpness and stuff and fix the color. And I was giving Rhino props because he sent me a perfect photo. I was at the grocery store the other day, and you know how, and I'm only thinking about this because Nina lives in Mexico, but you're stuck in line at a grocery store just waiting to check out, minding your own business, and you're kind of forced to like obviously hear things around you, and you need to talk to the checkout clerk, so like you can't have headphones in, like you have to be kind of paying attention. And these people, this mom, I'm assuming she was the mother, but she was like having a full-on debate with her kid that Mexico is part of South America. And this little boy was like, no, Mom, Mexico is in North America still. And she's like, no, mija, it's in South America. If you're from Mexico, you're South American. And I'm like, I'm not getting involved in this. But I was like, oh my God. I'm like, you're obviously Mexican and you don't like, I don't know how old this kid was. I don't, I don't know. I don't know how old he was. Like, I don't know, between like maybe 10, maybe under 10. I can't tell kids' age. Can't grasp that. But I'm like, this kid is just genuinely trying to tell his mom that Mexico is still part of North America. And she's like, no, it like adamantly, no, it's not. And I'm like, I'm not getting involved in this, but I felt so bad for the kid because I'm just like, he's right. Like this, I don't know, 9, 10-year-old kid is just trying to explain to his mom what continent Mexico is part of. Always kind of it's Central America. It's still a part of the North American continent. So I felt bad for him because I'm like, at least like now, I mean, when I was a kid, you'd get into debate about things. You couldn't Google things. Like I remember one time I was on the bus going home and what was it? This girl, she didn't know that Yellowstone and Yosemite were two different national parks. And so she was trying to say that Yellowstone is in California. And I said, no, Yellowstone is in Wyoming and Montana, mostly in Wyoming. And I'm like, I know because I've been there. And she was just adamant and she was confusing Yosemite and Yellowstone. And I'm like, and I tried telling her, I'm like, you're talking about Yosemite. Yosemite is here in California. And I'm like, Yellowstone is in Wyoming. And like, it's somewhat in Montana, but it's mostly in Wyoming. And I'm like, I've been there. Like, I was literally just there. We took a whole road trip there, me and my family. And she just adamantly was like, no, you're wrong. Yellowstone is in California. And I'm like, that's Yosemite. That is Yosemite. And she just like would not agree. And then I had to get off the bus. And I was like, what the hell? And like now it's so easy just to fact check people with Google, but I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, okay, whatever. You're right. Just, continue to think that. And I'm just not even going to engage anymore because it's stupid. But I felt bad for that kid. I'm like, maybe I should have said something. Would you guys have said something to the kid? I don't know. I didn't want to get involved in that. I just kind of wanted to pay for my food and get out. Like I'm hungry. I'm a hungry pregnant woman at the grocery store. Not your monkey, not your circus. I think Shane's going to send you the link, Anna. Okay, if Shane sends me the link, I'll hop on. Oh my. So people that have like dark brown eyes like Nina does, they always have like a really, really blue ring around their eye where the eye meets like the color of the eye meets the white. So it's always fun to paint. It's very like ultra marine-y. Nina's all Persian, so she's got some dark eyes. The darker someone's eyes are, the more I like them. I don't like them light colored eyes. You guys are all freaks. No offense. But stay away from me. Just kidding. I've always liked dark eyes. It's all mysterious. Like Antonio Banderas and Zorro. It's like, ooh. I've always been more fond of like darker features. So I really like dark eyes. I'm just like anyone that's got like light eyes and like light blue eyes. And I just, no offense to you gentlemen that have blue eyes and like light green eyes. I'm sure that there's someone out there for everyone. So I'm told. And lots of girls like it. I'm just weird. But I'm like the darker the eyes, the better. That's what I like. I like dark features. I think they're very, very pretty. I had one friend and she like, it was like betazoid eyes, like just black, like Deanna Troy. And I was always like, oh my gosh, I wish I had your eyes. And she's like, I like your eyes because they change color. And I'm like, my eyes suck. Like, I get it. Like, I mean, the only thing I like about my eyes are that they're my dad's eyes. But I don't know. I wish I had like dark eyes. Be easier to do makeup too. Since my eyes change color, it's a pain in the butt. It's like you'll do your makeup one way and then my eyes, like when I'm in direct sunlight, they're super, super green. And like so the ring around the rim of my eye, it's dark green. And the center of my eye is like a gold color. But when I'm in direct sunlight, it's usually pretty even. Like the ring is always dark green, the center is always gold, and then it's pretty even. But then when I'm in sunlight, it's like super, super green, like when my iris shrinks. And so most of it is the green. Which, I mean, I guess it's okay, but I'd rather have eyes like this. Super, super dark. And it's like some people don't believe me. They're like, no, your eyes are brown. And I'm like, no, they're not. And then I send them a picture. And one of my friends didn't even believe that. And I'm like, how can you not see that? And I opened up Photoshop and I got the color droplet and it showed up on, like, I just like hovered it over my eye and it showed up that it was green. And I'm like, I fucking told you. I'm like, why would I lie about my eye color? Like, especially like saying a color that I don't particularly like. Like, why? If I wanted to lie about my eye color, I would say it was the eye color that I want, not the eye color I don't want. But she's like, no, your eyes are brown. And I was like, I wish it was brown. It'd make my life so much easier. But alas, I'm stuck with Hazel. Which again, I have my father's eyes, so I don't mind that aspect of them, but I would have preferred just to get like solid dark eyes. Peaches has solid dark eyes, and I love it. It's beautiful. He's got deep, sexy, mysterious eyes. I really hope the baby gets his eyes. I hope my baby's got dark eyes like Peaches. It'd be so cute. With big brown eyes. Just like Peaches. If he's got my eyes, it'll be fine. But I'd like him to have big dark eyes. Dark eyes just like Peaches. It's so pretty. I always tell Peaches, I'm like, you and Tulip match because Tulip's got big brown eyes. She's got big brown eyes and a little itty bitty puppy face. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's the cutest little doggy in the whole wide world. She's a little princess. And then I was like, and then you and Tulip and a baby can all have matching big brown eyes. He just laughs at me. Probably full head of hair. Oh, 100% he's going to have a full head of hair. I Right when it's like, oh, your baby's starting to develop hair, that's when you get heartburn and acid reflux. Literally right on cue, right when I got to that part of the pregnancy, immediately heartburn, acid reflux. And it was bizarre because I've never had heartburn or acid reflux before. I mean, I've had acid reflux, excuse me. I mean, I've never had heartburn before. So I was like, what the fuck is this? And the acid reflux, it happens like right when I'm going to bed, usually. It happens like when I eat too fast or right when I'm going to bed, which is not fun. I would not recommend it. But that means he's going to have a lot of hair. And I'm like, of course he's going to have a lot of hair. Me and Peaches are monkeys, or we were monkeys when we were born. I was my mom's hairiest child. Peaches was his mom's hairiest child. We're still both very hairy people. Like, if I didn't groom myself, I could easily play an extra on the Planet of the Apes without any kind of makeup. I tell the story when I went to go get laser hair removal. I thought that would be a great solution to the problem. Spoiler alert: laser hair places that want all of your money, they literally told me, because I went. You're supposed to go like what 10 times. I went the amount of times recommended, and they're like, "This doesn't work on you. Like, you don't need to come back anymore. We can't use our lasers on you anymore." So my hair is defiant of the lasers because I'm that furry. Which I guess is kind of amusing, but I was like, I thought that this would work and it didn't. So that sucks, but it is what it is. I'll just continue to shave. It's fine. I've been doing it for a long time. I just thought I'd try a different angle and see if there was a solution to it. But yeah, this kid is going to be a little monkey. I just hope he doesn't have like any of my birth defects. That would not be fun. I said I wasn't going to talk that much because I don't want to lose my energy. I see Nina and Rhino are in the chat. Nina and Rhino, do you guys want the link? Do you guys want to come and hang out and talk while I paint? Are you guys cool with just watching? Wait, does Has Anna joined Shane? No, why Shane? Does Shane want me to come on? Get on with Shane? Okay, I'll join it. Hi Shane, what's up?
I'm looking at this Godzilla hotel.
Ooh.
I I know you don't like Godzilla, you told me.
I never told you I don't like
You
Godzilla.
said you don't like kaiju. You said, "I don't
I
like."
don't particularly like kaiju, like Pacific Rim and stuff, but my mom, I guess because she's old as hell, Godzilla was one of the few things that they could watch when they were kids. So she's a huge Godzilla fan. So I did grow up with it.
Mm.
But Godzilla, I think, is maybe my exception for the kaiju stuff. But there's a hotel.
Godzilla movies are normally bad. They're
Yeah, but
not.
that's the fun part of them.
Yeah, that's, what makes them enjoyable, yeah.
I think as a kid, you just kind of want your parents' attention. So it's like if my mom was willing to sit down and watch it, it's like, oh, yay, mom will hang out with us.
Yeah.
Does Terry like Godzilla?
I took her people were gonna say, "Shane, you're evil." I actually took her to see the last Godzilla movie, the King Kong versus Godzilla movie. So, when you have a kid and you'll figure this out, especially when their attention span start like, right now, she will watch 2D animation before it had to be, like, those Pixar films or 3D. Like, she really wasn't into 2D animation, or it has to be 2D animation that's so simple, like Bluey or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like
So
Flash
yeah.
animation?
So now we got her, watching, like, Studio Ghibli stuff like My Neighbor Totoro or
Oh,
Ponyo.
yeah.
But before, like, I would say probably, like, 4 months ago, I couldn't get her to watch Ponyo, but now she'll watch Ponyo. So it's going to the movies really sucks when you have a kid. So, I'm either watching these, horrible Illumination, like, films like, you know,
The
uh,
Minions?
The Minions, or, there's a giant monkey jumping around punching a lizard, so.
Mm.
And that movie had no plot whatsoever. It was mainly like King Kong gets a gold tooth and then he punches a lizard most of the movie. So it was a lot of special effects. Like almost the whole movie, the special effects. The last one.
Did she like it?
Yeah. I mean, she was like, jumping up and down and stuff, so she liked it. But, the 2 hours, it seems like she's
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. I forgot how time runs different when you're a kid, you know?
Mhm.
Now it seems like the day just flies by and, like but when you're a kid, it's like 15 minutes seems like a prison sentence.
Yeah.
I don't even understand, like, I mean, how that's possible. I
Well,
don't
have
know.
you ever gone like when you were a kid and it's like, oh, it's only 45 minutes away, and when you're a kid that seems like forever, and then you go there as an adult and it's like, why did I complain about this as a kid?
Yeah.
Is she like, well, can she talk?
Yeah, but, not like, basic sentences, yeah.
Okay.
She's at the point now where I have to watch everything I say. Like, if somebody pulled out in front of me and is like, "You faggot," she might actually say faggot. So, like, now I'm having to, like, kinda, understand that she will mimic a word or say a word. She's playing that game now.
Mm.
Daddy just said a new word, so I have to scream it out loud, so if
Um,
I was to say, "Hey," yeah, I gotta really worry,
that
that
she's gonna repeat it.
yeah.
That's cute though.
I think racism's inherent.
I don't know.
Have you seen that new, John Walsh thing where, like, "I'm not a racist" or something? Have you seen the ads for that yet?
The Matt Walsh stuff?
Matt is it Matt Walsh?
It's
Matt Walsh?
Matt. Yeah.
Matt
I
Walsh.
don't I really can't stand that dude. He comes off as very pompous to me. So
Uh-huh.
I didn't watch his What is a Woman one, and I haven't watched this one. I've seen some of the commercials for it, but if there's anything, I'm just like, I'll watch the clip of it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Why is that something you're concerned about?
No.
Why'd you bring it up?
Yeah. Fagatry's mad at me. My beautiful twisted fagatry.
Why?
They'll just play it. They'll speak for itself. What are you painting? Oh, an eye.
Yeah.
Not it's not vile if you clean it before I use it. If a girl will clean it out, like if you just shove a water hose in it, it's really not that vile. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, I might not make eye contact afterwards. I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, if I throw you a dirty T-shirt as I look at the floor and mumble, just don't get offended. I mean, I'm done, you know. And when I'm done, I'm done. Meaning, like, get the fuck out. Why are you still here? I'm fucking done. Why are you still here? You know, not
She's mad at me because of that.
You know, for somebody that used to be fat, you have like a lot of confidence when you talk to women.
Yeah, you have to. That's how I realized how to get it in. You have to have confidence with a woman because no, it's true because women think if you have confidence, then all the women, you're just running through women. And for some
Wait,
reason,
when did you learn that? Because you don't come off as a guy that would have that kind of game, but
I figured that out probably after, I don't know. When did I figure that out? Like I was in my late 20s.
okay, so it wasn't something you always knew. You had to learn.
But for some reason, women are attracted to men that seem like they've had a lot of pussy. I don't know why.
I
Because
know why. It's because that means guys have more experience. So you don't want to be with an inexperienced guy.
yeah, but the odds of getting an STD are phenomenally high too. So it seems
I
like a
would
high reward.
I'd say yeah, but if that guy is spreading around an STD, he's not going to get anything. So, and honestly, I feel like guys are more aware of that than girls are. Like guys are honestly, guys are cleaner than girls. So, guys will take care of that shit because like the second their
Whoa,
stuff starts,
guys are cleaner than girls.
yeah, like girls are usually the ones that don't know that they have something and they go around spreading it.
Wow.
Whereas guys, like, because what it affects you like almost instantly. Like if if your
Oh
junk
yeah.
if
I
your
guess.
junk stops working and it hurts you to pee, guys are like, what the fuck? I need to get my dick fixed immediately. Whereas girls, it like they don't even know that they have it a lot of the times.
Hmm.
Didn't you
I didn't,
learn that in
I
sex
didn't know
ed?
that. I mean, sex ed, I'm older than you, so I don't know how detailed they go into sex ed now, but when I was a kid, the only thing I remember is they made girls leave for part of the speech or make all the guys leave for part of this. That's
Oh,
all. I don't really remember much. Like, I think they were like, "This is heterosexual, this is homosexual, this is
we
a
had a
cock."
lady that literally explained to us how guys should properly finger a girl. It was the worst, like 45 minutes of my life. I was like, this is so awkward.
Mm, that's rough. That's rough. I don't know. Like, what were you talking about? Oh, that. Yeah, no, dark twisted bigotry is mad at me.
I was talking about how you got confident because I just find it miraculous that
No.
out of everyone know things that most men don't figure out until much later in life.
That's the weird thing is by the time I figured it out though, like I don't have much use for it. Like if I became single again, I'd have to first be younger because I don't think I'm like older now. I don't think like a lot of women like If I was ever single again, most of the women that would be in my dating game, it's like, "Hey, do you wanna raise my kids?" It's kinda like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
It's
I mean, look at Cecil. Cecil's actually older than you, and he's got a young chick.
I feel like Cecil's scenario is like finding a, unicorn type thing. Like, I think Cecil knows that too. I think Cecil knows finding that is unique. I'm looking at some stuff on Twitter people are tagging me in.
Mm.
So how many eyes have you painted so
This
far?
is 166. I'm trying to get all 200 done before the baby comes.
What if you don't?
Then I'm gonna be trying to do it while the baby sleeps.
Hmm. Have you figured out the baby's room and the crib and all that yet?
Yeah, luckily because Peaches has done this before, he kind of knows what works and what doesn't work. And so we already have a crib. We always knew when we bought this house we'd have to remodel. But so right now the baby and the munchkin are just going to be sharing a room, which she only like she's not down here very often, so it's not a big deal, but we have it kind of set up. I do want to like she had some stuff up on the wall, so I just want to do like some patchwork to the wall and possibly paint it before the baby comes, but I got plenty of time for that. But we'll I'm sure my mom and his mom are going to get us a bunch of stuff and stuff from the baby shower. So I haven't set it all up yet, but we have a spot where we're just collecting stuff right now.
Hmm.
How soon after you guys got pregnant did you guys set up Terry's room?
It just needs to be done. Of course, you need the car seat in, all that stuff before you go to the hospital or before you leave the hospital.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know,
Did
maybe.
Yanzi do like a lot of nesting though, like setting up her room?
Yeah, because you need the, baby changing table and stuff, which at the time, I didn't think it was such a big deal. Have you seen the TV show From?
No,
Do you plan on watching it?
I don't even know what it is.
It's, then never mind.
What is
Uh,
it?
it's like these people it's done by the guy that did Lost, but it's
Um,
these guys that drive through a town and they get trapped in this town and they can never escape this town. And then there's these things that come out at night and these rules, but they'll get eaten. It's kind of like they're in hell, but somehow they can still die in hell. It's
oh,
really weird. So if you're not, anyways, the couple in it are estranged because they have issues because they had a baby
okay.
and both their cell phone one of their cell phones rang while they were changing the baby's diaper, and, one person was grabbing the diaper and the other person thought they had the baby, so they went to grab their phone, and the baby rolled off and died.
Oh no.
So, like, I don't know, I've always been super ever since that in the show, it's always creeped me the fuck out.
Mm,
So, the changing table, like, was the thing that I was kinda like, you gotta get it with the seat belt, strap them in. I mean, we had the baby before I ever saw the show, but, we still had diapers to change, so that really made me super paranoid, you know, because eventually they get big enough that they're kicking as you're changing the diaper and they're shifting their weight, and, I they come with, like, a little seat belt, like, you
mm,
buckle 'em. But they get heavy enough that it's almost like they can turn it with them.
mm.
So it's like, I don't know, that's and I don't even know, I'm sure that's happened or there wouldn't be a little seatbelt, but the fact it was in that TV show just
It
horrified.
freaked you out.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, things like that always bothered me, learning to walk, baby proofing everything, and even then, still, we put foam rubber everywhere. Everywhere, but still she fell and, she nicked her lip on, outside, fell off our front stairs, and it was only one step and somehow she fell, like, I don't understand.
The kids that just figure out how to hurt themselves.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't childproof the outside. Is like
Mm.
kind of crazy. Somebody did not somebody, who was this person? Um, Alpha Suma did a CG Master Racer car commercial.
Ooh, let's watch it. Did you end up going with that orange and blue design for yours?
It's more of a reddish orange. We're still having to adjust it because that's the design, but then you have, because the cars shrink down, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like artwork. So now it's got to be like touched up that what will reproduce at that size.
Mhm.
Not your little line I drew can print at that size. So now we're touching it up to be shrink down.
Gotcha.
Oh,
that's cool.
Victory in overdrive. CG Master Racers, the only race car you can play. On the drill, then race the race. Nothing beats this octane pace. Nothing beats this octane pace. Available now for pre-order.
That looks cool.
Yeah, so Eric put his up tonight. So I think right now we're the two main cars you can buy. Ethan's going to be doing more. So new glasses. I swear to God, one of these arms is, or one of the
It's
things,
all lopsided.
they're off. Yeah, they look fine, but like they're not fitting right. Like,
Mine do that too.
like, why did that bitch do that? Why'd you do that, bitch? Like, am I supposed to bend it back myself? Or
No,
am I
just
gonna
take it to the place and ask them to fix it.
No, I mean that's like a whole car trip just to bend the arm. Like it just
How
seems
far
like
are you from the eye place? Like, just go to Lynn's Crafters.
30 minutes one way.
30?
Yeah, 30. That's an hour in the car. My life when I could just bend it myself, I think. I just picked these up today.
The glasses? And they didn't check them out for you?
I think she was hitting on me. I think she was really preoccupied because she was like older, but you could tell like she maybe had a couple of eggs still left in her. And
Oh my
I
god.
didn't wear my wedding ring, so I could tell she was checking me out. And I was like, focus on my glasses.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't have been so tempting to her, she would have fixed your glasses, man.
This is how you know a woman's hitting on you if she's fatter than you and she's friendly and wants to fuck you. That it's 99% of the time the case. You don't know what it's like to be a man. If a girl is fatter than you, chances are she wants to fuck you. It's those are the odds, and it's like a 99.9% chance.
Okay.
And look, they're even saying that's facts.
Okay. Boy math. Good to know.
It's not boy math. It's the reality of this situation. I don't know why fat women want to fuck thin guys.
Maybe they're just shooting their shot, Shane. How fat was she?
No, they're not shooting their shot. They're trying to get me to shoot my shot in them. And that's disgusting.
As a former fat person, that's how you feel?
Actually, yeah. I remember when I was really losing a lot of weight and I had this kickboxing coach. Look, they're saying that's 100% true.
Okay, I didn't know this. I'm learning new things tonight, Shane.
And I really was peeling weight off. I think this is I think I was like if I had to guess, I think I was I think I was like 285 and I was coming down to like around the 240s. And I mean that's that weight category where it's very noticeable. Like people I would walk into the gym and a girl hadn't been there for a while at the counter or something, and she didn't recognize me. Because at 1 week I lost 16 pounds in 1 week.
Wow.
Like, that's a lot of weight in 1 week,
That is a lot.
6
What were you doing?
Eating tuna.
Ugh.
I would kickbox 3 days a week, weight lift, with multiple reps, not trying to gain weight, but just trying to burn fat. Like, I would do that 2 days a week.
Mm.
I think I had 1 day of rest. Maybe my math's off. Maybe it's 4 and 3. No, it wouldn't been that. I had 1 day off, only 1 rest day, and, I would eat only filet mignon, tuna, egg whites, and, green apples.
Ugh.
Like Granny Smith green apples, the shitty bitter one.
Yeah.
That was it, that was it, and I was just like, my body, the shock coulda killed me. Coulda killed me.
It didn't though. You survived. But isn't that like when you lose that much weight that fast, it's like hard to like maintain that?
Uh, there's a level of, what do you mean, the weight to maintain the weight? Well, yeah, because eventually your body's gonna stop. There's a shock, and you gotta
Yeah, but like
ride that shock.
once you start going back to eating normally, like won't that weight just come right back?
No, because a at that point, your stomach's shrinking, you're eating less, and, I didn't just go back to eating normally. It wasn't until I gotten down below 200 that I really started eating carbohydrates again. Like normal carbohydrate meals, like if somebody's eating pizza, I'll eat pizza, you know?
Mm.
I mean, there's a point of being fat that you can't process fruit. Like, I can eat fruit and process it, and I'm fine. It's not like it's gonna, but when you're that fat, if you eat fruit, like melon or anything, it's like your body goes, "Nope, that's a candy bar. You might as well just eat candy." Like, you can't even process fruit like a normal person. Your body's turning everything into sugar and just packing it on and treating it like it's like just junk, you know? So eating like just normal healthy fruits, you can't even do like grapes, watermelon, cantaloupe, any of that shit. You can't even do that. So I don't know. I never understood that part, but there is just that level of obesity that, you know, is really fucked up. You have to get yourself below a certain line. Spiking your metabolism to help. So like I did it. I agree I did it in the right way, but I would stop. Like, so I would lose 20 pounds and then kind of stop for a while. I'd come across a better piece of meat, and I'd be like, I'm all right with this, but maybe I want a thinner girl. I got to go back on the diet.
I thought you were still talking about food.
No. So, I'd be like, I don't like this girl. I want to diet and get a better girl.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
get like a grasp of when this was. How long ago was this? Like, how old were you when you went?
2010.
Okay,
So,
so it's been a long time. This wasn't like 5 years ago.
so I never did the straight drop that some real big fat people try to do, where they're like, I'm gonna do it, and just like the elevator cables have broke, and you're just
Mhm.
down, and then you end up like you have a tent of flesh.
Spin, yeah.
Yeah, so I went from 285 down to probably like 265, and I kept going until I hit about 245, and then I stopped. And then I came back to the heavy diet wanting to lose more and got down to probably 210, 205, and I felt good. And then somewhere I went back up in weight to 230. I was depressed. I was eating a lot,
Was that
and
when you were married to your first wife?
yeah, I got depressed. I was depressed. I was eating a lot. My mom was sick. I just started eating ice cream and shit, stress eating. And then I got divorced and I got mad. And then I really started hitting the gym and wanting to lose a lot of weight. And then that's where I got back down to probably like, I don't know, like I got up under, I had to get up under 200 pounds. So I was probably like 195 or something like that. And then I wanted to compete, and then I chose to go down in weight. A lot of people are like, no, you should just stay at like whatever weight you are. But then I went down to 175. Um, I don't know. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Fighting real heavy guys to me is scary because
They can punch the shit out of you.
it's not even strength. It's like you're punching with your weight. People don't understand that. Like whenever if I spar somebody that's lighter than me, like you have to control everything. Even if they lose their temper and they swing wild, like you can hurt somebody really bad just by being heavier, not even really swinging harder, just your body weight goes into it. But
Mm.
then I'll spar some dude that's like 230, like, football player or something like that, local college. Maybe he used to wrestle or something like that. And I'll go to teep him and I'll fall down. Not because I threw the kick wrong, but because the force of my teep landing into him and how heavy he is will throw me backward. And that's a front kick. So it'd just be like, I'm not gonna move you. I'm trying to move him with my front kick, and it's moving me. Like he's a fucking wall. Like it's just there's a reason there's weight categories, guys. That's all I'm saying. But so I still like to stay around like 185, something like that. I don't even know why I'm off the market.
You gotta keep Yanzi happy, man.
She's Asian. You can't keep an Asian lady happy.
No. Well, you can't keep most women happy, but she did tell you to lose weight so you don't die. So you're just doing what she told you to.
Shane purges to stay at 185. I didn't purge, but swimming's really like taking a lot of weight off.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I played water polo, so I was swimming miles every day. It's a lot of work. Have you noticed like your shoulders getting bigger from that?
I did, but I thought a lot of I was losing inches like right below not just my waistline, but like that part right up under your pecs, your rib cage.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't tell if it was me like I lost a whole inch there, and I was like, is that why my shoulders are looking bigger in the mirror, like with my shirt off? And I didn't really think my shoulders were, but I guess it is my shoulders.
Well,
It's
what
like when
kind of swimming are you doing?
just laps.
I know, but like what kind of strokes?
The normal, like
Oh, okay, like breaststroke.
I probably look like I'm drowning.
You're doing breaststrokes, not like butterfly or something like that.
Yeah, brushstrokes. Yeah,
Oh, okay, so like just normal.
yeah, just normal.
Okay.
I don't even know. You guys with all the swimming shit, people come in with these fucking weird Aquaman looking gloves and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I just like, so my thing was I'm absolutely terrified of sharks. And so I can't be in a pool by myself. Like I just start getting anxiety and like I just start hearing the Jaws theme song and I'll have a full on panic attack. So I was like, I need to be the fastest fucking swimmer I can possibly be. And since I have freakishly long arms, I'm kind of built for swimming. And so in high school, I was like, I'll do water polo because it looks like fun. And we had like just gotten an Olympic sized pool because our like high school was remodeling. So we had this awesome pool. So I did it and it was like so much treading. Like we had to tread around the pool with a gallon of water held above our head. And so it's like your legs just get fit. It's the best way to work out your entire body.
Yeah, I'm doing it now just because I kind of want to.
Well, has it helped your arm?
I mean, I feel like shit after I swim because I swim like a whole mile, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's kicking my ass because one, the breathing's completely different than anything. When you're kickboxing or boxing or whatever, you have to breathe out with everything you throw or when you get hit. Like, so you're constantly breathing in and out and trying to regulate your breathing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the cardio is completely different. So the holding I'm just now to the point where I can like do 3 or 4 rows with my arms before I need to take a breath.
Okay.
Right. So, like, I'm not used to doing that much motion and not breathing in or out.
Mm.
So, like, that's the thing, and the cramps in my feet were killing me.
Oh no. Are you eating a lot of bananas?
No, not because of that, because, like, every time you move in kickboxing or boxing, you move off the ball of your foot, right?
Mm.
So, my body is now or running my body's now using its legs, using everything in motion, but I'm not pushing off the ball of my foot. And by the time I would get, like, 3/4 of a mile done, I would get the worst cramps in my calf and the ball of my foot. Like, my toes were, like like, crunched up, like, because I'm not pushing off with my leg like normal. Like, the adaptation is fucked with me more and slowed me down, like, it took me, like, 3 or 4 weeks to get the breathing and the cramps under control. Like, I
Mm.
mean, imagine that your whole everything you do physically starts with you from the ground and pushing off the ground. Then all of a sudden now you're swimming and you take gravity and you take pushing off with your feet at all off. It just totally fucked with that's one of the things that I thought was most interesting is my body didn't understand why are you using everything, but you're not having to touch the ground. Like, it's really weird after
Well, you're
doing
having to retrain your muscle memory.
so I had a horrible time with fucking cramps, like, not because of my diet or potassium or any of that.
Well,
I just
definitely
got
eating bananas helps.
working out cold too with the water is another thing that fucks with me because
They don't have a heated pool for you?
it's some days it's warm, some days it's fucking, kinda cold, but
Mm.
it still is like I to me, like, it's this extensive workout where you don't sweat at all fucks with me, especially since everything I've ever done, I break a sweat working out. It
Well,
doesn't
you're
matter.
sweating, you just can't tell because you're in the water.
I guess, but mentally, it feels like you're not sweating. It just feels like you're not, like I'm not really breaking a sweat. So to me, it doesn't relate that I'm working out. Like it just doesn't read right. If I
Mm.
wasn't seeing the measurements or the weight loss on the scale, I would think it's just bullshit. I would say swimming's bullshit. If I didn't see the results, I really would. I'd say, yeah, I feel the other thing is I get super weird hungry halfway through and I can eat more and lose weight swimming than kickboxing. But this isn't new news. When I first started working out and I was losing weight, like there was like an article or survey, and again, this was like 2010 that they had up on the wall, and it said the top things to lose weight. Kickboxing was number two. Like swimming laps in an Olympic pool, that type of swimming was like number one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and when I was trying to do the conversion, because I was still, running like 4 miles a day, at least 4 days a week, and I peeled off of the running, I don't run anymore. Um, they said swimming 1 mile, like it's a 1/4 conversion, 1 to 4 conversion, that swimming 1 mile, it's the same calorie burn as running 4 miles. But I can run 4 miles a hell of a lot quicker than I can swim 1 mile.
Well, that's why running or swimming is a lot harder than running because you're using your entire body.
But I could run 4 miles in 28 minutes. For me
Really? And
to swim
you do have long legs.
yeah, and for me to swim a mile, it takes me about an hour and 20 minutes. Like, it's a pain in the ass, and I
Oh,
don't get the cardio high that I got running, or if I spar or kickbox, whatever you wanna call it. Like, I don't get the cardio high. So I'm doing all the cardio, I don't feel that cardio buzz, and it's the euphoric, like, you don't get that, like, so there's things I like and don't like about swimming. I think there's I think I actually I don't like swimming, if I had to be honest. I like the results. I like that I'm able to eat worse and lose weight, but I don't have you don't get the buzz, you don't get the high, the rush, and
Are you like exhausted when you're done?
I'm hungry and I'm kinda like not exhausted, but I feel like I feel uh, kinda spent, like,
Yeah.
not exhausted, but kinda like, yeah, I'm spent, which is not bad for me because I'm just gonna have to go sit down either my in front of YouTube or at my table, right? So it's not
Hmm.
the end of the world to feel like spent. Actually, all those years of trying to lose weight and work out, I came to realize that working out would cause me to sit at my table for longer stretches of time because I got all that energy out, and I would go back to my table with like a kind of a rush or a high, right?
Hmm.
Whereas a lot of artists and working in comics, the problem is getting them to sit down and just get something done, So then they do it the other way where they're sitting down and they're pounding energy drinks and candy and sugar,
Like
but
Ethan.
then that shit kind of wants to make you get up and walk away, and it's like sitting down as an artist and on a deadline, is probably like one of the most physically unhealthy things. I know people are like, "No, real job at doing this." Yeah, no, I get that. You're right. But the internal damage to people's organs, like John Cassidy at that age shouldn't have had a heart attack. Like, I mean, he died today. I think he was like 52, 54. I didn't even realize he was older than me. I thought we were the same age.
Did you know, like personally know him?
I knew him. He was a handsome guy. Have you ever seen him?
I don't know. Pull
I'll
up a
bring him.
photo.
This guy, I met him a couple of times. He was super nice. But I went to Australia for a month. No, 2 weeks at a con because I had to go to 2 different parts of Australia. Like, so they flew me to Australia to do 2 cons, one in, uh, Perth, I think, and Adelaide or
Oh
something.
my God, you went all the way out to Perth?
Is that the name? I think,
The
yeah.
like the isolated city in the world.
It's at the edge, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So this guy and the whole time I was there, one of our handlers that worked for the con, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blonde chick, she was I wouldn't have she was pretty enough, right? The whole time, she kept telling me how, like, yeah, he was older than me, 19 7 uh, good-looking enough guy, right?
Is there a better photo of him? He's not my type, but he does look fat in some of those pictures.
Anyways, for being a cartoonist, a good enough looking guy, this girl, she knew what I can get she's telling how, like, the relationship wouldn't work. He had been there a year before, and that they had this long distance relationship. She'd even went to New York to see him one time, and all she knows, um, that he's seeing another woman, and then she would keep talking to me the whole 2 weeks about him.
No.
I had never seen a guy get a girl this fucking hung up on the other fucking side of the world.
She wanted
This
that green card, Shane. She was hoping to get
this
out of.
this guy had puss on the other side of the world strung up, waiting, thirsting.
Shane, you had a woman waiting for you in Singapore.
Yeah, and that I because of him, I was like, if this guy can do it, I'm gonna do it.
Mm.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
So,
have
so he was your motivation then.
he was my motivation. I was like, this son of a bitch has women on the other side of the planet waiting.
He showed you the ways. So you got Yanzi all hung up on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I watched that interview you did on that one podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good interview.
Yeah.
You did get very frustrated about it, but
I've been getting frustrated about a lot of things to do with comics lately. I don't know why. I know why. I know why I'm frustrated. I don't want to tell people why I'm frustrated, but
well, I mean, I think with all of your experience and then everything that's going on, it makes perfectly logical sense why someone like you would be frustrated. So,
it just feels like all this shit's happening and I just can't get a grip on things to make a difference. Like, and it's frustrating because I was a fan first, wanted to work in comics, obviously, because I was a fan. I worked at the Warner Brothers store.
yeah, I remember you talking about that and then it like closing down.
Yeah, but there was still job listings and postings at DC Comics through there. Like the checks I had for folding shirts at the Warner Brothers store is the same checks, the same paper checks I was still getting at DC Comics before they went to like if they cut me a check just for some odd reason I got a paper check in the mail
Mm-hmm.
a couple years back for some sort of payout or something on an entertainment thing. It was the same paper check I had when I used to fold T-shirts. I mean, I'd probably at the time, and that was a joke I would have with some people. I'd been working at that company longer than people I was working for, in one
Mm-hmm.
way or the other, just because it went back to me being 19 years old working for Warner Bros.
Wow.
And it fucking, and then I ended up folding shirts to drawing Superman, Justice League, Batman, to making characters that the company would use things like Lego games, DC superhero girl cartoons, Mortal Kombat. And then I tried to put all that shit together in my head and then really seeing the American comic book industry just fucking ripple up.
Self-implode.
People don't know cancel culture is what, because nobody knew to call it cancel culture when it started. That was the beginning of the end, and I knew it. Because if the power became like you understand meritocracy and getting into comics, and you had to be good enough and this and that, and even if you were slightly better than who they were publishing, well, that guy's working on the deadline and he has a fan base, so it's like it just seemed like hard as fuck to get into comics. And then all of a sudden you flip the script and you give cancel culture a shot. And then that shit didn't take root at a corporate side or even an editorial side. It happened from motherfuckers working in comics. So then the power dynamic just flips overnight. And it's like, I don't know, it was like somebody just passed the I it's like they fumbled the ball and then people on the outside who were work for hire started to play with it and picked it up and picked up the fumble. And before you know it, they even dropped it and then people with diversity picked it up and now they have the power. So it's almost like, the whole diversity pyramid, Ben Shapiro's speech.
I've never seen it, but you can
Basically, there's a pyramid, right? Let's say if you're white, cis male, you're at the bottom,
hate
right?
that word so much.
Okay, but you're at the bottom, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, a woman would be on top of that. It's the next tier up. And then probably a black woman, and then like a black Muslim woman, and then a black Muslim woman, handicapped, black Muslim woman, gay, transsexual, and then that's the pyramid.
Mhm.
So the top of the pyramid's always going to be the smallest demographic, but somehow because they're the unique and they're the unicorn, transsexual, molested, sex worker,
Hmm.
victim of the world, repressed Muslim, self-hating Jew, whatever the fuck they are, you
Mhm.
know, there as many boxes as they can check, they become this special unicorn that then can control everybody. And it's like, now imagine that's what media is supposed to be. It's like, well, you can't make a big franchise that's built like Star Wars to apply to the masses now to only be dictated by that smallest demographic. And it's just weird. But cancel culture, I don't know, it had teeth. It was able to chew through and dictate anything. And if you and then all of a sudden corporations kind of lost power. I know people don't think that, but they did. And that's when I knew it was all over then. And it's still frustrating because I still see it playing out.
Well, yeah, I mean, cancel culture is what like I talk about, is what you talk about. I mean, all of that was happening when I was in college. So I was like so oblivious to everything because I'm like, I have so much work to do. I remember the night Me Too happened, and me and my best friend Sav were hanging out and drawing and doing our homework. And I had just got my first Cintiq, but like it was like the tablet Cintiq, so like the portable Cintiq. And I was trying to set it up, but I bought the wrong one. I bought the Android one and not the PC one. So I was trying to download Photoshop and I couldn't. And I was frustrated. And then Sav was like, "Do you see what's going on Facebook?" And I'm like, "No, I'm trying to get this shit together." And then she's trying to explain to me what's going on. I'm like, why would people share that information? Like, why on earth would you tell a bunch of strangers on Facebook that you got molested at work? I'm like, don't people have like, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, why would you share that with the world? And like, I get like sharing it with like your close friends and relatives and people that you trust.
You want to see something?
Sure.
This is crazy. Do you remember Chris Hardwick?
I think so.
He was
Fuck, it
first
sounds
guy.
so familiar. Don't tell me it's Drive. I know that name.
He was one of the first guys that got Me Too'd
Fuck, why do I know that name?
because he used to do a TV show called Talking Dead after Walking Dead.
Yes.
He
And he
used to
got
work
Me Too.
for the Nerdist. He used to work for the Nerdist.
Yeah.
And they got bought out by Legendary. The Nerdist used to be. I didn't follow any of that shit, so some of this is Latin to me. Let me get some super chats and I'm gonna pull this up, but
Okay.
stick a pin in that. Travis Brick for $5. Big booty Shane. I'll be saving more coin. I'll be demanding some chicken scratch 232 style. Hell, Comicsgate, let's motherfucking go. Travis, you're more than welcome to support my campaign. Support my campaign. Getting ready to be $186,000. 23 days left.
Woo.
Is huge. It's blowing up.
Congrats.
Let's fucking go. See where it goes at the end of this. We got unintelligent design for $10. Thanks for helping close out Dino King. When Rexes are killed like cool sucker mouth guy, are they dead forever? Can their models be regrown or cloned, or is death the end of their evolutionary line? It's if you read shit. I have this thing called that's revealed at the end of 2 that's called the Resurrection Program. Resurrection Program. And the bad guy on my new cover with the 4 arms is a product of that program. So it is part of the story what happens to the dead Rexes. A lot of people are like, that doesn't make sense. It's like, hang on to the next issue. Nathan Robinson for $2. I LARPing this for years. Need those CG cards. Think cars. No, cards. 1991.
Oh, was that like the CG Master Racers?
Oh, 20 CG cards in packs, rare foils, PW level, power levels. Dude, I do that with my cards. I mirrored mine after those 91 cards. I just don't have that many cards. We do have a card pack on our site, I think. I don't know if we still do actually. We've offered them time to time if we do a sale or something like Black Friday or something, we offer them. But I do the power levels. So, they're modeled after the cards you're talking about. I even do the "Do you knows" at the bottom and specifically put together to look like the cards you're talking about. So, they get them with the backers. Usually people get about 4 or 5 cards a campaign.
I feel like I always get a ton of cards from like you and John.
I even did a mange card. Got my power stat.
Shane, can you
Roof.
Shane, you need to do a mange calendar. You need to go and do silly photo shoots and just get like a couple different tiger sweaters and just fucking do it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I sold
I
like
would buy it.
yeah, because women are thirsty. I know.
I know. It's so funny. Like every man here will buy it too because it's hilarious.
I
You should really do it.
I might do it. I keep trying to get it wrapped in my head how I would do a mange comic. Like I've been racking that in my head, like how I would do that because it is something I kind of want to eventually do, but I it just seems like
All
it
right, like,
doesn't seem.
what are you hung up on, the story or like the style
No, no, and
change?
I don't want to talk about the story on stream
Well,
because
no,
then
no, but is that what you're hung up on? Is it the story? Is it the
no,
art
no. The
style? Is it the
style, who if I do I find an artist to do it? Do I just goof it out myself as a style I can draw in like 2 pages a day and just say I'm just doing it? It's all that. Also, I'm busy with Inglorious Rex and I mean, it's a very labor time intensive art style, and I'm really trying to push what I do in Inglorious Rex. Like, I always want the next book to be bigger.
I have
Inglorious
a
Rex,
solution. Why don't you just hire Donald?
'cause I don't know if it would be the right vibe. Like,
It
I
would
don't.
do it in the same style that he draws Cash Grab. That'd be perfect. Or maybe a little bit more gritty.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know, like, what I want. See, that's the thing, like, what type of style. Donald actually drew him and Sierra Whiskey came at me hard on
Hmm.
Twitter. They actually drew a sketch and everything, begging me to let and I'm not against Donald drawing it. I'm just not sure the vibe I'm going for with it because I still want, like, hot-looking chicks and tits and stuff like
Mm.
that, and I think Donald would be good at giving me the goofy mange, but I don't know when it comes to I need a bimbo and it's that some dude wants to look at. Like, I don't know, is Donald giving me that? Like, I don't know.
Look at how
I
he draws the chicks in Cash Grab. Did you buy Cash Grab?
yes, I have Cash Grab. I need to flip back to it.
Because at one point, like the Cecil's girlfriend, and it shows her boobs, and I mean, some of the girls he draws look like crackheads. The other ones, like he can make them pretty. It's just stylized.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's the part that hangs me up.
Hmm.
So, like, a lot of people think, like, you know, an artist is gonna draw for the script, but sometimes you gotta write for the artist. If you know what you're
Yeah.
doing in comics, you really want to kinda say, "Hey, this is the artist, this is the art style. What is their strengths? Let me write more of that in there if I can," and play to the strengths a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I keep thinking about it and what I want out of it, and then who I would approach, and from there, I would kinda get the script the way I want it.
Well, I would say Donald is the obvious choice, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I know, and I get that, but that's the other thing too. It's like that's the obvious choice, so I don't know if I want to throw
What
people
about Vaughn's artist, the one that drew Monster MD?
off.
That one would probably be good. And that person, I can't remember if it's an artist that's the girl or if it's the colorist that's the girl, but they can draw really pretty girls.
Yeah, I worked with them on some Extend stuff, and they did really well. I've worked with them. I know
Oh,
their work, so I've worked with them a couple of times. I
yeah,
just
that would be a good one if you don't want Donald.
I feel well, that's the other thing too. I feel awkward walking up to people and it's like, "Can you draw this book about me dressed up as this gay tiger guy?"
Shane,
Like,
everybody loves it.
I know, but it's like, "Hey, this is me acting stupid. Can you draw
No,
this book of me acting stupid?" Like, it's
Shane,
just
get
weird.
over that.
I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to the idea. We got Nathan Robinson for $2. Andy Smith can make CG card game next. Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if I want a card game. It does seem like the easy thing for us to do is a card game. Nostradamus for $10. Other than your own books, what was your favorite character to work on? Book-wise,
Oh, I know the answer. It was the one that you absolutely loved every minute of drawing. It was that Metalman comic, right?
I fucking hated that book.
I found that at an antique store and I bought it.
Mm.
I think I sent you a photo of it.
Yeah, it's not a horrible book. It's just it
I
shouldn't
know.
have been that long. It shouldn't have been that long. It shouldn't have been that long. It was way too long, that book. It should have been a lot shorter. That's for sure. So we were talking about the Me Too stuff, right?
Hmm.
So Chris Hardwick, his girlfriend, tried to accuse him or ex-girlfriend of she said starfishing, which I guess is like a girl doesn't want to have sex, so then have you ever seen a starfish eat a clam?
Yes.
So she basically was saying he was doing that to her till he got it in, and so here's a picture of me with when I worked at Legendary, and Chris Hardwick's here in the middle, and that's me all the way on the left, the good-looking guy. That's Mark Wade pretending to be my bro with his arm around me there. That's Chris Hardwick in the middle.
Hmm.
The guy next to Chris Hardwick with the gray shirt,
Hmm.
right? And white shirt. That's Max Brooks. That's the guy that wrote World War Z.
The one behind him or the fat one to the side?
You can't see my cursor. No, the one leaning
Okay,
with
the one with the white shirt
with
underneath the gray
arms,
shirt.
white shirt, arms crossed.
Gotcha.
That's Mel Brooks's son,
Oh,
which a lot of people don't put that together. But we worked together on a book
doesn't Mel
for a little
Brooks have like 20 children?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. He barely wanted to admit that that was his dad. Like he's a guy you can tell he wants to be known for his stuff and not his dad's.
Yeah.
But he's not ashamed of it. It's just, I mean, I feel like he purposely doesn't deal with the humor genre just because he doesn't want to be mixed up with his dad. Like he's trying to, go his own way.
Mm.
So Chris, what you don't see right now is Chris Hardwick's girlfriend is all over my wife at the time,
Oh.
off to the side. Like she was just all over anybody. And later she would be a Me Too victim. And she
Mm.
kind of kicked off a lot of the Me Too stuff because people really didn't call it Me Too at the time. So she was kind of like before they called it Me Too. But this dude ended up losing all his gigs,
Everything.
everything, even the Nerdist, which I guess his partner I met that they built the Nerdist, the Legendary had bought him out. Then the Nerdist goes and puts a disclaimer up under their website. They have nothing to do with him. Like this dude had nothing. This dude married into the Hertz family. Like the girl he married,
Hmm.
um, is loaded. So there was enough money to have an investigation to clear his name,
Good for
but
him.
his name was already mud. Like you
Yeah.
get, it's already, it doesn't matter. It's like, but they did an investigation. Just turned out the bitch was just crazy,
Hmm.
and
But it was too late because they canceled him.
yeah, what in that she was doing it because he had moved on to this other girl who
Yeah.
was then in the Hertz family. For people who don't know, like is it Hertz? Am I saying it right? Hertz.
Like the rental car people.
I think, yeah. They go back to old newspaper money and controlling the media.
So yeah,
Like
she's super fucking loaded.
super powerful, super loaded. Her family, old money back in the day, and yeah, that he was able to get pulled out of that fucking fire through that investigation. It just turned out the bitch was crazy, and he was having a baby with this other woman, and they were getting married, and yeah, I don't know. So it's like for me, I saw a lot of this stuff just happening and it right in front of me, but nobody knew what to call it. Like it
Hmm.
wasn't like the word cancel culture was getting thrown around. It was just fucking weird. You know. I don't know. And that's when I worked for Legendary, a Hollywood company for like 3 years, and I learned I didn't like Hollywood.
Only took you 3 years to learn that.
So the guy that owned the company was a super fan. Like he was a comic fan, like a legitimate like fan of things, right?
Mhm.
Everybody that hired him pretend to be, and then they were kind of like, I don't know, like really like manipulative into the company and very fake. And they're supposed to be about the geek shit, and we're in here buying the Nerdist, and we're out here trying to sell comics, we're out here making Godzilla movies and Batman movies, and it's just some dumb bitch wanting to stay in the most expensive hotel in New York at the con and then party all night.
Mm.
It was just like, okay, it was all like, I mean, he's hiring these people. I mean, he only knows what they present themselves as, but in the end, they were like just blowing money like nobody's business on dumb shit. They stayed in like the most expensive party hotel in New York for a Comic Con.
Who
Like
is
you go in
this?
the lobby, there's a DJ playing, like like it was right off like Times Square, and they're blowing all this money. Like we had to go to a signing at Forbidden Planet, and they had like one of these like motorcade companies drive us there, like we're a fucking celebrity going to San Diego Comic Con. It was just like the most wasted money I've ever seen. And just stupid people that you're like, "Hey, how about we leave the convention and go do a signing at Forbidden Planet?" And they're putting down tablecloths and all this, and it's like, "Why is nobody at the comic shop?" "Because everybody's at New York Comic Con, the place we just left."
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
they were just stupid. Like, everything it was just like, "Holy fuck," you know? Like, they didn't know to advertise a book before the book was printed. It was just like everything was a fucking nightmare with that. And it was like I was dealing with the same people that would do, like, the promotion for the film. So, like, they were filming Pacific Rim, and they were like, "You should go on the set." And I'm like, "Why? I'm making a comic. Don't you wanna go to the movie set?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess. Let's go."
So you're
I mean,
just working for a company run by morons, basically.
they just didn't know anything well, so the idea of that company was they wanted to buy up the geek culture. That's why they bought the Nerdist. They thought
Mhm.
they could just buy into geek and make geek. Now in their argument, the guy that ran the company was a big comic fan, and just a geek fan of shit, for what it's worth. But just like any company like that, you end up with all these different people, partners, all these other people that will fuck with your company. Like you're
Mhm.
not running it 24 hours a day.
Mhm.
So, is what it is, That I think that guy, Thomas Tull, like, he eventually got bought out. Like, I think China bought them out
Mm.
and, bought him out, and they did the deal with Paramount. They left Warner Brothers after they did the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and they did I think Man of Steel was the last movie they did with Warner Brothers. So, you know,
Yeah, your favorite movie.
yeah. Well, it's weird. It's kind if you watch if you read a book I did for them called Shadow Walk, if you they actually there's concepts in that book, I feel, and plot points that are actually lifted from it and put in Skull Island, the Kong movie.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, like, it's just weird, like, characters we built in the book seem like, Brie Larson's character in that movie and, the Loki dude's character.
Tom
In the
Hiddleston.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, I don't know, there's straight up scenes that just seem yanked too. There's a burial scene that seemed like it was yanked from the book. So, it was weird, especially when I was dealing with so many people that were making movies, you
Mhm.
know? Like, I wasn't just dealing with a comic book editor, now I'm dealing with, like, people that are actually writing movies, I'm dealing with people that are doing the promotional and production stuff for the company that is a production company. It's just I was like, "I don't wanna work for Hollywood again." Plus, Hollywood they'll make a contract, and then they spend just as much time trying to break that contract. That's why agents are there, to keep that shit
Mhm.
back. And to me, I just like, why would you make a deal and then spend years trying to break a deal? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? They would go, "Why are you being offended by this?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking me that?" Like, I would just get offended where I'd be like, "Yep, I answered your email, we're done." I would just hang up. I wouldn't even talk to people. Be like, "Well, we need to get together and have a dinner." I'm like, "Nope. If it's not in the email, I'm not dealing with you."
Wow. Because you
I
wanted
just
to have everything in writing?
No, because what I said, I know this doesn't make sense, and it didn't make sense to me, and that's what pissed me off so much. The way how okay, so you know how, like, everybody has, like, an agent or a rep of some sort, right, in
Mhm.
Hollywood? Like, even, like, writers have, like, an agent and everything.
Yeah.
That agent's there to help make the deal, sure, but that agent what you don't see is that agent is combating somebody wanting to, redo the deal that was already pinned and signed.
Mm.
Like, they're running interference constantly. See, I didn't have that, so they're just coming up to me like, "Yeah, we need to change this," and I'm like, "But that's not what we agreed to." And it would
Yeah.
piss me the fuck off. I would get so mad. Like, I can't explain this, Anna. I would not sit down to eat with people. Like, they were begging me. I'm like, "No, we only interact in an email. That's it."
That's good that you held your ground.
I guess, but, like, I don't know, everybody's like, "Oh, I wanna do a movie, I wanna do a TV show, I wanna blah, blah, blah." It's like, dude, dealing
No,
with
you
politics.
don't.
No, you don't, and you would think these people make a lot of money when they do get a TV show or not. You'd be surprised, like, some TV shows, like I had a really big entertainment lawyer, like, I mean, like, he had represented Jack Nicholson before in cases and stuff,
Mhm.
right? Like, when I went to his office, they had, like, platinum records on the wall and shit. Like, I mean, like something out of a movie, I go to this top floor in this building in New York, and, like, you're just seeing over the city, and there's platinum records on the wall, and I lucked out because I was my friend, it was his dad. Anne Hathaway's father was in that law firm.
Well,
It was just like, I shouldn't even had these contacts. So I did have a good lawyer to do the contracts and everything, but it was like I kept having to go back to him and I'm like, "They're charging me," and it's like, "This is just stupid." And he's like, "And some of this you keep doing this, you just need to get an agent." And I'm like, "This is just like, I'm not sure I'm down with this. I'm not sure I'm interested in it."
you're not
But
about that drama.
some of these TV shows, like, if they owe you something as a creator, right? Like, there's only a budget in each show of it's not like you would think to cut up. Like, let's say if they have a character in mind, like, each show might only have a budget of, like, say, $10,000 to cut up to people that they owe.
Mhm.
Like, it's not like that when it comes to that part of the show, there's not a lot of money. Now some of these streaming shows that they're doing, have these they're going a lot of these streaming services are going under because they got these insane graphics they're trying to compete with, like those Star Wars shows and shit, right?
Mhm.
TV shows don't make all that much money. That's why they rarely do make that much money. So the fact that they make these huge shows, they're not, from my understanding of it, eh, the economy of a TV show is fairly cheap. Like anything you've ever seen historically on TV as a show is filmed on the cheap.
Mhm.
It's the same sets they're using over and over again, shitty props. I mean, the stuff they're doing in streaming, I don't even understand if they ever hit a profit unless they're selling 1,000,000 Baby Yodas. Like, I just think the profits are, like, non-existent.
Mm.
Most of the shit Netflix makes is on the cheap if you look at it. You know
Yeah.
what they do is they try to play it smart, and they try to get all the special effects into one episode. Like, so if there's, like, a monster running around killing somebody or something, right? Like, look at Netflix, right, and Stranger Things 1st season. How many episodes did you see the Demogorgon in it? Like, if you go, how many episodes? They
I
build up to it,
I
they
don't
hint he's
remember.
there, but maybe only 1 or 2 episodes you actually see him a lot, you know?
Mhm.
So, I don't know, but You would think there's a lot of money to hand out to people on these TV shows. It's not. Movies, there's money, and the contracts are for that, but now the box office is shit. So
So even they're getting screwed there.
a lot of people are, yeah. Like unless you're getting paid up front, like the residuals or whatever. Like Titanic 2, like so a lot of people fuck up with Hollywood deals because they're like, I want money off of it's difference between net and gross, but basically the profit. A lot of times they're like, you'll make this percentage off of the movie tickets or sales, like off the profit, right?
Hmm.
Which I think is gross or net. I don't know. I always mix it up. But basically once they deduct all the costs. Well, Titanic had to go into theaters a second. What you remember when Titanic went back into theaters?
No, I don't know if I was alive.
You weren't that old.
I
That had
don't
to be
think.
like 2009 or 8 or something.
Oh, I was definitely alive,
Well,
but
Titanic had to hit theaters a second time.
I don't remember Titanic ever being in theaters. So
Does somebody know when Titanic hit theaters for the second time in the chat? So I don't feel old as fuck.
I remember my mom saying she was pregnant. I don't remember with who when she saw Titanic, and what broke her was like when you see the one woman floating holding her baby.
Somebody said 98. Somebody said 97, I think.
Isn't that when it came out originally though?
It came out originally. I'm talking the second time it had a theater release.
Re-release.
20th anniversary. Was it 2010? 2007?
If it came out in 2007 originally, then it would make sense to come out.
No, not
re-release in
yeah.
2007.
Okay. Well, the re-release, it only hit a profit then.
Mm.
Okay. Well, if Leonardo DiCaprio was owed a royalty on that movie, like he only got it then because like the way Hollywood counts is they count every tank of gas that they had to use. Every donut, every whatever. Hollywood, there's the reason they call it Hollywood accounting. Like, you have to get paid in anything in Hollywood, you have to have that contract correct at the beginning.
Mm.
Like, and that's why usually the only people in Hollywood making money is all the guys that get paid up front. That's it. Like, they rarely does some of these things ever produce anybody a royalty. Now, if there's toys and shit like that, then yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why, like, some of these people make out like a bandit and everybody flips out. So, like, Robert Downey Jr. had that crazy bonus, the Avengers movies, remember? Shit like that.
You cut out something about Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. made that crazy bonus for the Avengers movies and stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
No, they did. Everybody flipped out. It was like he made like millions or billions just for getting to an Avengers movie.
Mm.
Like, and they did it because they never thought they would make it that far. Like, they were like, "Yeah, sure, you can have that. Why not? We'll never pay it." And then he gets there and they owe him this buttload of money.
This ridiculous bill.
Yeah, well, I mean, but they made a shit ton of money getting there. But if they had known they had been there, they would have never done it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of like it's kind of like J.K. Rowling's with the Harry Potter stuff. Like she's making a buttload of money because of a Harry Potter theme park. Now that they realize that somebody can write a book and that you can come up with a theme park and make a shit ton of money because theme parks make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um, now every book deal has a clause for a theme park.
Mm.
Like, I mean, most of Hollywood or entertainment is everybody trying to build a contract to fuck you out of anything hypothetical down the road.
Yeah, I know that happened with webtoons. I remember because I like webtoons because they're free, and I like that Lore Olympus one, and that was supposed to get a TV show with Jim Henson Company, and that has never happened, unfortunately. But I think it's because there's a lot of controversy with webtoons because of all the contracts. So
Yeah. Only I've known people that worked at Webtoons, and really only the top percent actually make money.
Yeah. Well, I
Like,
went the first time I went to LA Comic Con, it was because the girl that drew and like created Lore Olympus was going, and she's from New Zealand, so she like had never left New Zealand to come to America. So I went and I cosplayed, and I got to meet her, and I met this other girl that wrote the other webtoon that I like to read, and like she was talking about it because originally I was like, oh, that would be cool to do because I could just do like a chapter every couple weeks, and it's just like a scrolling kind of thing. So I was interested in doing it, but then I'm like, I don't know, hearing about like what they get versus what you get. And she's like, well, it's cool because like they already have a fan base, and it's all kind of built in. You just have to be good at it. And they were all about trying to get like new creators on there, and then all this controversy happens with them finding out how you're basically getting screwed over out of everything. So
yeah.
I think Smiller was telling me he did a webtoon.
Smiller what?
Smiller did a webtoon.
Yeah, the Webtoon stuff, I knew one guy that was doing one, and he didn't act like it was super profitable, but he was doing it with the guy that co-created, Deadpool, so they were trying to ride that Deadpool train. I think it was called Outrage or something like that. I don't think it did really well. I think maybe it done well enough. I don't know. I don't know. I the whole Webtoon thing, like, I don't it never interested me at all.
I liked the stuff that was on there when it first got started. Now it's just become like another manga thing. Like everything is just manga on it.
Yeah. They want you to watch this. They're begging for you to watch this.
Okay, 1 second. Oh my god, is this you? I think I've seen this. Hey Nina, she's over in my chat too.
I can't keep up with Star Wars anymore. Ethan almost pulled me into that fucking, one show.
Which one?
Obi-Wan show.
Oh
Like,
god.
he said something about it that made me almost go dip my fucking beak in that.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm probably not.
It's awful.
How bad out of comparatively to the Boba Fett show, how bad was The Acolyte?
Oh my god.
They're
Okay.
both bad. That's why I'm like, which one's worse?
The Acolyte, so you care about Boba Fett. You actually like Boba Fett. The
Yeah.
Acolyte it's for retarded people. Like which is ironic because it's so low budget and it's the most expensive show pretty much ever made. But you just watch The Acolyte and you know exactly what it is. It's like, this is just diversity. This is written by somebody that knows nothing about Star Wars or storytelling. So I think you would get more angry at Boba Fett because you actually like Boba Fett.
Right.
But with The Acolyte, I think you would, because you don't care about any of these characters, because you don't know any of these characters, you get more angry at Boba Fett and you'd roll your eyes harder at The Acolyte.
I saw certain clips where she like cuts her hair with the lightsaber, or she changes the color of it, and that made me irate. both.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
cut the hair for the Power Girl move, and just some of the and all of that stuff is made to go viral. I know people don't realize this, that it started with Game of Thrones, but it definitely was in The Mandalorian, but they filmed these certain things that will become like a GIF, right? To
Mhm.
be on social media, and at first, it's like they're being creative about it, and now it's just like, what will generate the most clicks? It doesn't matter if it's outrage or not, like, you know? And I see these things now when I watch these shows, and it's only the merchandisable shows that I see these fucking but, I that as a storyteller, that shit drives me crazy, you know? The only thing I can compare it to is, like, when you see a line in a movie trailer or something that then you watch a movie, it's like you purposely filmed that one line or that one scene for the trailer, and that's it. Like, like, you want that's the only reason it existed was for the trailer.
Mhm.
Drives me crazy. I see that in all the Star Wars stuff now, everything's a meme. It started with Bubba, what's his name? Fucking Grogu.
The baby?
Baby Yeah, those fucking that guy was, every fucking because, like, it got to season 2 and season 3, and they already had, like, he'd eat the fucking frog egg, right?
Mhm.
And then there was already a Funko Pop made when the show came out of him eating the fucking egg, and it's like,
Well, I think that that was because they dropped the ball so hard on season 1 that and they didn't have any merch ready, so season 2, they're just like,
we have
whatever this Baby Yoda is doing, we have to have.
but that's what I'm saying, it becomes a chicken or the egg. I need merch, so now I'm gonna make a merch scene that doesn't really fit in the story.
Well, you know what? That egg episode, I think, was one of the better episodes. I know a lot of people
Was
lost
Yeah,
their
no, it
minds about
was.
it, but I mean, it's a baby, and it's like an adult that doesn't know how to take care of a baby, and the baby doing the baby thing that he's not supposed to do. It was funny.
Well, it's funny that he's criminally eating, like, this he's performing, like, almost genocide, he doesn't know.
Okay, well, so in his defense, he is a baby. And if that bitch, that frog lady, cared about her fucking babies, why is there no lock? Like, if it's just her and her husband and her eggs left, why isn't there a fucking lock on that egg thing? Because at that point, freaking Mando could have gotten hungry and opened it and taken out her eggs to make. But it's like, you're on, and she didn't even care. She's not even reacting. She's not like, I would be holding on to those babies for dear life. She just lets them sit there. She doesn't care. And I'm like, it's not the baby's fault that he's a baby doing something he's not supposed to. He doesn't know any better. He's a fucking baby. She's the adult. Those are her eggs. She should be fucking responsible.
There was, like, we found this turtle in the road, right? A
Mm-hmm.
box turtle, and my mom just didn't wanna give it up, like, so she wanted to keep it. And I'm like, I don't really fucking feel like," but the turtle was super friendly and would eat from us and stuff. So at the time I was like, that's weird that a wild animal acts so domesticated. Like, maybe it's been hit by a car, you know, maybe it got a fucking concussion. I don't know. It was just acting stupid, right? So we kept that turtle for about a year or so. And I don't know how I knew, but the fucking turtle started digging a hole outside.
Baby
And
turtles.
it was pregnant, like, it was digging and digging and digging because it got out. We had it outside in a pen, and it got out, and it got to a certain spot and just started digging, and it dug all day, and then we had had this turtle over a year. This is what shocked us. Then it just starts laying all these eggs. It had I didn't realize this, I had to do research, but I guess this breed of turtle, because they rarely come across another turtle, I guess they have to fuck, and, that a girl could carry the eggs for that many years,
Mm,
or for a long time, like, it could just hold the semen or fertilize eggs for that long,
mm.
and, this is where this ties into the Baby Yoda. So eventually, it's like, okay, so that's the last egg. We're done. Okay, now I can get her back. The sun's going down. I need to get this fucking thing back in its pen or whatever. I didn't want to interrupt it. She stops. She turns around, looks at one of the eggs, and eats it.
What the fuck?
Well, because she had worked up such an appetite laying the eggs that she was like, "Well, I'm just gonna eat one of them."
Oh my god.
And it was like nature is fucked up. So that Baby Yoda thing to me, it was like, yeah, I get it, but yeah,
Well, it was just a bunch of middle-aged women that can't have babies that were crying about that episode. They're like, he's killing her babies. And I'm like, if she really cared about her fucking babies, there would be a lock on that egg backpack.
that ain't right. She ate her own egg.
She didn't. The turtle thing didn't eat her egg.
My turtle did. It ate its
Yours
own.
did. Yours did. The one in the show didn't.
Oh, I don't know how many animals will eat their own egg when you think about it. It could be more than you think.
That's true. There's cats will eat their kittens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think nature's fucked up.
You don't say.
Don't take a bite out of your baby,
I don't plan on it.
no matter how hungry you are.
I don't think I'm gonna have a problem making sure I don't eat my baby. Did that happen with Terry? Did Yanzi try taking a bite out of her?
Mm-mm.
No.
They
Okay.
do. I don't know if you know this. Yanzi knew it. I wasn't. I was surprised. They were like, "Hey, here's a steak dinner." Like what? And they're like, "Oh, you guys just had a baby. Here's a steak dinner on the hospital." Like,
That's nice.
yeah, I was like, I wasn't expecting that.
Was it a good steak?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Hospital food tastes like shit.
Yeah. I just want to get in and out. Like go in, pop out the kid, give me my kid back, then go home. Did you
Yeah.
guys like have to stay overnight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. They rarely ever send you home that quick. I mean, maybe they do, but not normal.
Well, I'm gonna try to get out as fast as I can. I'm not
Okay.
a hospital person.
Yeah, you could be there overnight. Because it's not just you. I mean, they have to do the test on the baby before they send the baby home.
What tests do they have to do?
I think they check the hearing, believe it or not, before you go home. Um, uh, they do they have to check the baby for like heart stuff, whatever, you know. I don't know. I'm not standing around watching them, but they do like test on the baby. Your baby, I mean, they're probably gonna see if it can stick to the wall and crawl. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
they're gonna see how many abnormalities my kid has. Yeah, I guess so. Because I mean, if they have, well, they're gonna have to do that the boy thing to him. They're gonna have, if he's got webbed toes like I had, they're gonna have to cut those. Oh, they're gonna have to do tests to make sure he's human.
I don't know what it is with fucking video games today, but they are trying to make everybody unattractive.
Yeah, I know.
It's not
Well,
even the women, it's men too. I just saw a clip. It showed like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat, who was supposed to be this handsome Hollywood guy, right?
mm-hmm.
And something about his nose and everything is just fucked up. Like it's like he doesn't look like he would be. I'll just play it. It's like they're even fucking up. Like I wouldn't draw. Like this isn't like it looks like they first shrank his body, so now he's skinny. His nose is way too big, and something about his mouth looks weird. And this guy is supposed to be the pretty boy Hollywood guy.
I am no goth, whatever they are.
Dark duds, dark outlook. Dude, you're a goth.
I mean, his jaw looks weird. They took out his, his big handsome jaw. He just looks like a dork in glasses.
Yeah, well, no one's allowed to be attractive anymore, Shane. Where have
I
you
know they
been?
were doing that with the women, but now they're doing it with the guys. Like, if somebody said, "Draw Johnny Cage," or I was the art director, like, well, he needs, like, he almost looks like Adam Sandler here. Like, that I mean, am I wrong? He does not look like Chris Evans. Chris Evans has a better jaw than that. And if Chris Evans was playing like Johnny Cage in a movie, he wouldn't lose this much weight.
Well, also Johnny Cage is white, so they have to make him ugly. Is it kind of like, I know they're trying to appeal to like the trans audience, so they have to make everyone as unattractive as possible, so that way the trans people don't feel excluded.
So I don't know, but even the bridge of the hook of his the arc of his nose bridge is like, that's not the nose that this character has. I've seen him in other video games. Like, this looks worse than other video games. Like, I don't the design, the figure, the face, like, the
Welcome
graphics
to
were supposed
modern
to be
gaming.
the what I know, but it's fucking like, I thought they were only fucking around with the women characters. But, like, this is alarming to me.
Haven't you
Like,
seen the designs for Concord? All the guys
I
are gay.
I haven't. And in the gaming community, nobody heard of that game before it came out. It was not marketed. Like, I've never heard of this fucking like, I mean, and I'm not gonna say I'm deep into the gaming community, but it's not like I ever saw, like, a poster for this fucking thing up at GameStop or something, like,
Wait, this game or Concord?
Concord.
Well, I mean, they've been making it for 80 years.
Well, this new version of it, I haven't heard about it until, like, it blew up, like, on
Mm.
them, like, until it was, like, everybody hated it and all the character like, I don't know. Maybe that's a like, I never play games on Steam or whatever the fuck you guys do, like, I'm not that person. Like, like, I don't do all that. So maybe it gets around. I'm just not that hard of a gamer. Like, this is supposed to be a really cool game too. It's like, how do you fuck I just saw a clip of the real life woman that I don't know if I saved it. I probably did. That played Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat. I think we were talking about her on the Jag Show one
Oh,
time.
yeah, and you're like, oh, she's super hot.
Well, she did like a photo collage. I probably didn't save it. It was like a photo collage of her career together, and it was like I saw that earlier today, and then I see that, and it's just like I don't know. It's like the graphics are better, but the characters were more attractive, even when they were hiring living people to
Hmm.
be graphic. It's like it's so fucking bizarre, like that, like y- something years ago that the protagonist looks more attractive, and there's this whole thing. See, so drawing comics, right? Like, and wanting to draw like Superman or something, right? You have to be able to draw an attractive face, attractive physique, all of these things, or you're just not going to draw Superman.
Hmm.
Um, and now I see everybody like, so I'm used to this world or working in comics where your lead protagonists have to look attractive. Like, they just look pleasing to the eye, or Batman looks like a badass, but no matter what, they don't, you know. And somehow, like, the entertainment world is like, no, everybody's got to look busted as fuck. And it's like, the fuck is going on? It's just, the fuck is this? Like, I just don't get it.
Their goal is to make everyone ugly, Shane. What do you not get?
Do you think dudes watching porn is cheating?
No, I don't. That was a hell of a segue, though.
I looked at what was trending on Twitter, and I guess this big streamer,
No,
Gene, said,
that it's cheating.
oh,
I don't.
he's crying because his girl broke up with him because he was watching porn.
I would. There was a couple instances where I was like stalking other people on social media, like other girls, and she found out about that, and that broke her heart, which broke my heart because I don't want to hurt somebody that cares about me.
You just want to stalk them on the internet. Isn't that weird that he's like, hey, I was stalking these people on the internet and my girlfriend broke up with me? Isn't that kind of weird that he doesn't understand that's kind of weird? You're stalking.
I couldn't hear it.
Oh. Did I not share audio? Oh,
You
sure.
did, but it's really quiet on my end.
Just like that, but I would. There was a couple instances where I was like stalking other people on social media, like other girls, and she found out about that, and that broke her heart, which broke my heart because I don't want to hurt somebody that cares about me. And I think if I were just being completely honest with you guys, I think watching corn and stuff like that is a very unhealthy addiction, and I didn't even realize because I was never been in a relationship before, but I had no idea the damage that could do to someone. So the advice that I would give you guys is to never if you care about, if you're in a relationship and you care about the girl that you're in a relationship with, just don't watch videos like that because
Shane, I cannot hear this at all.
No.
I'm gonna see if I can't find a different version of it.
It's like barely a whisper.
Well, the dude's crying. I don't know if it's like cry louder, bitch. None of them are louder. They're all this. But he's basically saying like, found another one. I think they're all like this though. Basically, it hurt his. He basically watched porn and she got upset, and it ruined his life or his relationship.
I think in that case, if she was going to break up with him anyway, she was looking for an out, and him watching porn gave her that out.
Where I was like stalking.
Is that still low?
Yeah, dude. There's.
Yeah, it's not. That's I have 5 videos. They're all this low. I was just I don't know. I can't keep up with all these big streamers. Everybody's like, you don't know this guy. Like,
I don't know who he is either, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's like, but somehow it's trending on Twitter. It's like, the fuck. Why is this guy trending on Twitter? I don't know who this guy is.
Well, it's because there's a really big debate about porn, and if it's. See, I'm on the thing if every guy watches porn, and women have their version of porn too. Women read porn. Go to Barnes and Noble. The romance section is huge. Why do you think 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight and even the fucking Acolyte are so successful? Look at all of the shippers. And if you go on Tumblr, especially back in the day, all they do is draw fucking porn. Women will draw and look at drawings of porn and read porn. Men are visuals. Men will watch porn, right? Like pornos, like the classic pornos. So women demonize men for watching porn when it's like, bitch, you're just as bad. You go to I feel like I should just go and film the romance section at Barnes and Noble.
Oh, I thought you said go film porn. No. They do AI porn. You don't need to do that. This is the girl. She went to TikTok about it. So I guess this is
his girlfriend.
Yeah, of course. This is why she broke up with him. If you just show me a picture of him, and then you show me a picture of her, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, yeah, you were pulling it down. She breaking up over him texting a girl while we were exclusive and stalking other girls. So it's not he's blaming it on porn, but she says he was stalking other girls. Probably, if I had to guess, it was probably girls that were like OnlyFans girls or something stalking. I don't know. I'm trying to put it together, but it's funny too that she breaks up with him, then she's going and doing a TikTok.
Well, that makes me a villain.
She's just using it for clout.
Then so fucking be it.
So is he a huge streamer? Like, what's his platform size?
All right. Well, I'm going to have to do a deep dive here. Let's go see if he's huge or if she's huge. It's weird. Somebody was explaining to me like Hollywood will be dead because all the big stars are going to come from
Hollywood
basically
is already dying.
what?
Hollywood is already dying. It's
No,
not-
but all the big, nobody's going to basically nobody's going to he's got 500,000 followers
Hmm.
on Twitter. If I go to his Twitch channel, I don't know how I don't use Twitch. I'm gonna share it, but tell me, I don't know how many. How do you tell they're following on Twitch?
It should say how many followers they have.
Yeah, but literally, I'm so Twitch illiterate. You're gonna have to point.
You
to
go to
me.
his profile. So
All right,
under
this
his name.
0.3 million. Is that a lot for
Yes.
Twitch?
Yes. Okay, that's huge. That's the Twitch is harder to grow on than YouTube, especially for a guy that's not like a hot girl. So he's got a huge following. She was obviously dating him for his huge following. Then she dumped him, and now she's using the breakup for clout to play the victim. You know what? And maybe he is a dick. Maybe he's hitting up other girls. Maybe he's addicted to porn and OnlyFans chicks. Or, maybe she's got every right to break up with him. But usually it's not the case. Usually it's something else. But, yeah, so I don't know. I think that women that give guys shit for porn are just insecure.
They're saying I'm stalking him now. That's what Perth Comics he said.
Hey, you're not stalking him, I asked.
I mean, good for him for having a big following, but like he can get over that chick. She was probably never really into him.
No, I mean, did you see her compared to him? It's not like
That's
he's
what I'm saying. I'm looking at her and I'm like, that's probably why. I mean, but if you're loaded, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What was her name? Let me look her up. Brecky Hill? That's a weird name. Brecky Hill? Who is she? Let's see more of her. I'm more interested in her. Because, guys, she's on the market. Brecky Hill. Wow. All right. Right away. Wait, she has an OnlyFans? That's not real. How is she going to do OnlyFans but get mad at him? Wow, this plot thickens. So she has an OnlyFans. Is that true? It can't be. How are you going to get in trouble with a porn star for watching porn?
Because they're just fighting for clout. That's all this is, Shane. Don't try to be logical about it.
Wow. I'm doing a search on her and I came across this video. This is her talking about the situation.
I am single. I've been asked to not speak on the situation of what happened, but out of respect for him, I will keep my mouth shut. But yeah, I am single. This is not bait. All right, guys.
Wow. All right. That's a keeper. Other than your own books, what was your favorite character to work on? I like drawing Batman. I like drawing the Fantastic Four. The one time I got to draw them in a comic. Anubis T800, member for 2 months. Hello, Mr. Davis. Honorable mention for the antagonist of the Goro kind of fishman forearms. Really interesting style. Honorable mention for thank you for liking that character. That is Rune 2.0. If you read Inglorious Rex 1 and 2, you will know all about that when you get to the end of the book. So pick it up in 9livescomics.com. I don't know, man. Girls today. I mean, guy, doesn't she look like a blow up doll?
I am single. I've been asked.
Like, I mean, if a girl's just done up, I mean, like, I mean, you might as well just buy something with a tag on it, right?
Oh, Shane.
No, I'm serious. Like, I mean, at that point, I mean, she doesn't even look real. She looks like she came out of a factory somewhere. Am I wrong? I mean, you gonna tell me she looks like a real
She's probably
girl?
got a filter on, Shane.
They're even saying she looks fake. It's filters.
She's got a filter on. She's a TikTok OnlyFans girl. What do you expect? I already explained the situation to you. I don't know why you're focusing on this.
I just want to know what young men are dealing with today.
Mm.
Damn, I cannot pull this up on. Holy shit. Wait, they're recording themselves sleep and people are watching it?
Oh my God, where have you been, man?
I didn't know the world was this deprived. This kid is literally filming himself sleeping, or this is somebody
Where?
sleeping with his
Yes,
girlfriend.
Shane, that's a thing. Like people do sleep streams.
The fuck are you talking about? Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
This is
where
a
have
stream
you
of
been?
people sleeping. I don't know. Who the fuck is going to watch
A
somebody?
lot of weirdos, Shane.
This is fucking retarded.
Yes, welcome to Twitch.
Dale did one accidentally, and I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Madness. It's madness. We got comic artist JW for $5. Can we get a Shakespearean reading of Inglorious Rex? No. I should do a read stream one night though. I'll get the PDF and I'll pull it up and we'll go through it. I'm changing some stuff in Inglorious Rex 1 though. I'm re-editing some of the dialogue and word and giving it one more pass before we go to the collection. Raging Rhino for $3.99 for Super Sticker. Thank you for that. Crossfire. Raging Rhino. I just saw you in the chat. Hello. And a man called Plush. Rex would be sick as a 2D animation, but live action with puppet suits and CGI would be killer. Scott Adkins starring would be nuts. Why do I know the name Scott Adkins? Chat, why do I know that name? What has he been in? Look at this. Shane, he's a fighter. Oh yeah, Scott Adkins, the kickboxing guy. Yeah. He kind of like a lot of B movies. He always has a beard. I know the guy you're talking about. I like his stuff. Sleep streams just seem fucking retarded.
Yeah,
I'm low-key like,
Amaranth
I don't know.
got them popular, and now
So she
people
broke
do
up with
them.
this guy, and then she's already doing a sleep stream with another guy in her bed.
Shane, this is the internet. These relationships aren't real.
I know, but having sex with somebody and then sleeping with them through the night are two different things. Like you have to know a person's inside something. I think. I just couldn't sleep next to a stream.
Mm.
Like if I ended up, and Yanzi, if you're listening, this never happened, but hypothetically, if I ever ended up in a one night stand and I had to stay the night, I could not sleep the whole fucking night. I just stared at the ceiling.
Mm.
and waited for somebody to snore, I guess.
You've never
I
been
just
tired.
this bitch. That's her probably without a filter. She still looks fake. That's what I'm saying. She'll never be a supermodel because she's just like a social media star. Like all these things are
Shane, I
gonna
don't think she wants to be a supermodel. I think she makes more money on her own doing this kind of stuff.
saying that the social whatever we perceive as like these tiers of people, whether they be models or actors or whatever, is all going to come apart because OnlyFans chick could probably make more doing a sleep stream. She could make more money doing a sleep stream than being on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yes, where have you been?
Saying every dogs are going to be walking us before it's over. Everything's upside down. Never rub another man's rubles shame. I did do an animation of Rex.
And dude, you gotta warn me before you do that next time. You just blew out my fucking speakers. That was so loud.
I don't know why that's so loud. I don't know. The
You
because I know why.
it like
You
that.
turned it up trying to hear. No, you turned your speakers up trying to hear that guy. I was.
No, I didn't touch my speakers. I've been sitting at my desk painting.
That's your hormones
No,
speaking.
it's
Like your
not.
hormones are high. No, you're like getting Wolverine senses, like your sense of smell
No,
and your hearing.
it's not.
Yeah, it is. This
Mm.
is what nature does so women can protect their newborns.
Oh my
Like it's heightening your senses.
No, it's not.
Maybe.
No, you blew out my speakers.
Oh my god, everybody complain all at once. Line up. Let's go. Travis over here saying he can't wait till that bitch hits the wall. You and everybody else, because then we'll have a chance. It's like every dude says that about a girl that's hot. They're like, let her hit the wall. I'll be there to catch the ricochet. If you tried to bounce her off the wall to the garbage, she'd have never hit the can, Travis. You would catch it. I'm deaf now. Well, that's good, Mark Walters. Are you drawing on a vinyl? They want to know. You are doing something different now. What is
No,
this?
no. I have all these wood canvases that I bought, and I don't like painting on wood, I discovered. So I added canvas to this panel, and so this is a test that I'm doing where it's the first one that I've where I added it, and it's for art video on my art channel. And so I decided to sketch out this like pumpkin fairy thing, and so this is just like a test I'm doing because I want to see if all of these wood panels I bought, I can just add canvas to them and make them paintable.
It's pretty cool.
Thanks. I'm getting in the spirit of the holiday, Shane.
I built my little train village thing for the holiday, and everybody's making fun of me.
You know what, Shane? You make your village. I'm not making fun of you.
I'm gonna have to do video of it and all this shit. And
You can do it. You just gotta make the video cool so Mandy doesn't make fun of you.
Mandy's a sensitive situation because of the Mandy paws and everything, like eating at her.
Mandy paws? What's that?
Yeah, Mandy paws.
I don't know what that is, Shane.
It's like menopause, but it's only happening to Mandy.
Oh.
Like kind of like you, getting a lot like you on Jack's show, where she doesn't turn her camera on.
Oh. Well, I didn't turn my camera on for a while because I was laying on the floor just dying.
Somebody says because your filter.
I'm filtered? No. I'm
Yeah,
not.
your filter broke, so you didn't turn your camera on for a while.
No, I was dying of like the morning sickness, so I just it's hard to like sit there for a long period of time and like not and have to stare at like the screen with all the lights in my face. So a lot of the Jack shows when I didn't have my camera on, I was like laying on the floor with my microphone pointed at me.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let me look at the super chats. Make sure I'm caught up.
Yeah, how long are you streaming for?
Not long. I did Kings, and then Ethan wanted to do Trash Cast and talk about Eric stuff, so I popped in a little bit there. But he really didn't talk about Eric. He was talking about my rant the other night about Eric. So.
Yeah, I popped in for a second to see if it was something I could listen to on the show. Yeah, you went off the other night, Shane.
I felt bad afterwards, but then I'm like, no, that's how I really feel. I'm leaving it up. It's fine. But like, there's so much of the shit that just kind of eats at me, like,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't even know if it's like I was saying earlier before you came in. It's like I just sometimes I'm like, is this getting in my lane? I don't really care much for it, but I feel like whatever about it. I don't know. Like I get mad and then I get like I don't give a shit and then I get mad and I don't give a shit.
I think you let it out of your system and you feel better after.
Yeah, but then somebody sent me another video and it's like
they just want your reactions then.
well no, they were like, yeah, this is a reaction video. I'm like, that's convenient because they would have been recorded at the same time. So is somebody saying things just to get reactions of this? Probably. But I don't know. The independent comic thing I think is going to be, if it isn't crazy, it will continue to be more crazy.
From my experience, the indie comic online stuff is the craziest fucking shit I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
People are nuts.
So, well, in comics, people are nuts. I mean, they're already nuts being in comics, but see, there was a system that kind of helped people corralled. There was some order being constructed, right? But when I was getting out of comics, literally I'd went to a DC dinner that Dan wanted me to go to. I really didn't need to be there. And Scott Snyder was screaming at Dan. He's on my right. Scott Snyder's on my right. Dan's on my left. And they're arguing in front of a room full of people, including editors and other writers. So there is this alpha dominant showing happening. I swear to God, Scott Snyder started yelling at Dan and hitting my chest with his hand. And I'm like, the fuck is this crazy town?
It sounds gay.
It was fucking gay. It's like, what? So you can have this alpha showing in front of like Bob Harris and this editor over here and this writer over here and this all because of some bitch of a reboot that you guys are arguing about. isn't he your fucking boss?
Mm.
Like, the fuck is just like comics has always been crazy. Like, it's always been some dude taking a character off the map just to fuck with another creator and some editor maybe letting it happen. It's always been like, and the editors are the worst because at best, maybe they have like 5 years in their job position. Like, I mean, the turnaround or the turnover for editors is or any type of editorial or publisher normally is a lot. Like outside of Jim Lee or Dan being there or Joe Quesada, most people don't really hold those positions that long.
Mm.
So the fact that they act so viciously, just hanging on to something that maybe only lasts a few years is crazy. Look, I don't. Who knows? Am I making crowdfunded comics in a few years? Who knows? I could be. You guys can cancel me overnight. I'm
Mm.
gone. You guys canceled me from the internet. I don't know. And the other thing too is like a lot of people are. I know Anna didn't laugh at that. She's like, "Yeah, Shane, we're already sending you off."
No, I'm focused right now, so I don't really respond
The other
verbally.
the other thing that's crazy about the indie comic scene is how this is fucked up, but like a lot of people there's very few people that have a lot of talk that actually have good work.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah, so a lot of the people with the big mouths like have the shit comics
Yep.
and it's almost like why don't you shut your fucking mouth and spend more time drawing? You know,
Seriously, man.
like yeah, I almost think the talk is taking away from the quality of the book, and that goes for writing, publishing, the whole thing. Like it's like I just see, what I see is I see somebody's energy divided up and it affecting the product. It's like, okay, well, I get we all have to get out here and sell our products. I mean, that doesn't escape me, but I mean, there are some people I can look at their artwork and their mouth doesn't line up with what they produce, and it's like
Yeah, I know.
and at that point, and you know how men are, it's just like, are you compensating?
Mm. The answer to that question is always yes, Shane.
Guys, I'm not a big George Perez fan, but I bought this at Ollie's or Ollie's or whatever outlet store. Wonder Woman Volume 1 by George Perez. And I keep looking at it and it's not bad. I think this might be his best work.
I have his whole Wonder Woman omnibus.
He was I mean, I wonder if he just really loved Wonder Woman. Like, why is this so good?
Well, I would assume Wonder Woman's relatively easy to draw. You just draw a hot chick doing shit.
But some of the like this page, like look at this
Did you
page.
ever draw Wonder Woman, Shane?
Yeah, and Justice League and stuff.
Was
Like,
she difficult for you to draw?
no.
Mm.
But you see this panel here with the sword?
It's really small for me. The splash page one?
Yeah, let me go full screen. It's got a lot of small panels, but I'm just saying this
Oh,
type
okay.
of layout,
Yeah.
I just like it's like, huh? Like I wouldn't have thought of that. But that's pretty fucking cool. And I don't think I've seen him do better than that. Like it just seemed like he put the most in this book from the other works of his I've seen. So if you guys want to pick it up, like they're like super detailed back here. Like their mascara or how the fuck you say they're fucking
The mascara?
yeah. If that's that, it could be I don't know Greek god shit. I don't know. I haven't read it. I'm like he didn't cut any corners on anything. I'm surprised. I'm not a big George Perez fan. I'm He's dead, by the way, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I
Respect.
know. Didn't he get like cancer and he just is like, I'm just gonna die?
Yeah, but he's had health problems for like a long
Yeah.
ass time. It was always diabetes and something wrong with his eyes. It was always something. Like
Mhm.
he's had health problems as long as I can remember.
Yeah,
So
sucks. I remember when that was announced and everyone was like, oh no.
yeah.
I was hoping to meet him one day to get my omnibus signed, but my mom is like a huge Wonder Woman fan, and I would have liked to given that to her. Not like she would ever read it, but I mean she might, but would have been nice. I know Aaron drew Wonder Woman, so I got her a drawing from him at one of the auctions. And she was like, "Oh, Emily sent me something, my sister." And then I was like, "No, I sent you that." And she's like, "Oh." She was more excited that it was from my other sister than. And I was like, "He drew Wonder Woman, Mom, and he drew this drawing that kind of looks like you." And she's like, "Okay." Sometimes there's just no pleasing people.
Oh my god.
What?
Again, women. I mean,
Do you even listen to me when I speak?
yeah, I was. But women are hoes. Women are hoes.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to open these photos up because the replies on Twitter are fucking horrible. This is a real interaction between a man and a woman, by the way.
No boy.
Let me make sure everything I have up is fair. Yep. All right. All right. My ride or die at Violet Saucy. So,
Mm.
you know, healthy looking girl. She says, "Mama, I made it." I guess that's at that guy. So for some reason, she's, I guess, saying mom. Maybe she said, "Mom, I made it," because this black guy drove me home, or she's calling the dude mama. I don't know. That's weird. He goes, "Watching this made me miss you, Art." He goes, "I miss you," with whatever that pucker face is. He goes, "When I FaceTime you later, you better answer." And she goes, "Most likely we'll be getting dick down, but I'll answer." And he says, "Answer anyways."
No Shane.
They're saying, "I'll pass." They're like, "Whoa, let's go." Such a healthy relationship. They're saying he's cocked. At least she was being open about it. No, she has a dick. No, she's saying like, "Yeah, I'll pick up when you FaceTime me, but I'm getting dick down." Like, meaning like
She's getting
she
fucked.
yeah. So, like, yeah, she's saying, "Yeah, I'll pick the phone up and answer for you, but most likely I'll be getting fucked." And she thinks that's LOL.
Shane,
Play the
people
video.
are crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand the relationships between men and women today. Today, I don't know if I can play that because I think that's from a TV show, Pastor Flash, and I think that it's like one of those reality shows. I think I've seen that before. I don't think I can play it. Even though you don't see it in the corner, I think they've cut it from that. I can't play it because I've played one of those fat people shows before, and they always hit me. I can't take fat
Fat
people.
people shows. Which one? Like the
Like,
1,000-pound sisters?
yeah, I think it's from that, and they won't let you play that. Like, it's a shame, but that's just the way it is. Ah, shit. You heard that James Earl Jones died today, right?
Of course I did. That's been all over my timeline. I found out I was doing a live stream earlier, and I found out while I was live.
So they're
Not
putting
happy.
together all the everybody's now being Force Ghost, right? And it's weird because really in this photo, only Luke and Han Solo are still alive, but not Luke's brain. A lot of people are marking off like Mark Hamill now. Like they accept that he's still Luke, but they're saying he's woke or I don't know.
That's old news, Shane. That meme's been around for a long time.
This with his brain.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just they just add new people every time somebody new dies.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm not in the Star Wars clubs you were in.
I know. It's just Twitter, Shane. Instead of looking at like porn, OnlyFan thoughts, I see Star Wars news on my timeline.
I clicked on one OnlyFan thought. Now they're all coming at me. Like I didn't even know there was a sea of naked women on the internet until tonight. I didn't even know. I mean, I could get. You guys might not see me for a couple of weeks, maybe fucking month. And when I do come back, I'll probably be like dehydrated or something. I don't know. I didn't even know all this was going on. Somebody said, "I'm working. Can't be horny at work, Shane." Depends on what you do for work. You know, if you're working at an old folks home, the old ladies might appreciate it.
Mm,
They might take it as a compliment, bro. Let
that's
them know that they still got the,
like old people home, they're all like rampant with STDs because they all just fuck and they don't care.
I don't know if old people really fuck.
They do.
I took a line out of Extend, in that book, we're getting ready to do fulfillment, but I had this line. I took it out, I think, initially when I did the book, and then I think I almost put it back in, but I didn't. And it was like, I think it was Rain, the chick, is talking shit. Like they did a fighting game, and so she's doing the talk shit after I beat you at the end of the game. And she goes, You fight like old people fuck, sloppy and slow. And I was like, that's rude as fuck. I can't put that in a comic. And I took it out then, and I almost put it in this time, and I took it out again. I was like, I'll never put that in a comic. But it was funny. It's like, you fight like old people fuck, sloppy and slow. And I don't know, maybe old people don't fuck like sloppy and slow. I don't know. I've never. I mean, have we really seen old people fuck? You know,
Ask Cecil.
holy shit.
Hmm.
I realized cockroaches were this resilient.
The way you change subjects so quickly, Shane.
Well, I got holy hand grenades over here fighting an erection at work. I can't keep talking about horse. I appreciate my chat and what they're going through. And if he can't pop wood at work, then I need to not talk about that. I gotta get his erection down. Look at this cockroach.
Who's your mother, you bad cockroach?
And it's still alive.
I know, they can survive nuclear explosion, Shane.
Who's your mother, you bad cockroach?
Is that wrong? That's as soon as that robot voice came on, it's kind of sexy.
I think that's why that person made the video, Shane.
That's the one thing that women don't do enough is that shit talking sexy voice. I if there's one thing, women get all hung up on face filters and all of this shit. Just spit in my fucking mouth and say that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
More women need that attitude. Really.
You're a special person, Shane.
No, I'm not. I mean, more women need a little bit more like a little bit more of that torque, just a little bit, just
You're
that.
like a dominatrix kind
You
of
know
guy.
how like no, I don't need that, but you know how like if dominatrix is like level 11, I'm just asking for like a little fucking salt and pepper, like 2 maybe, a little seasoning, you
Mhm.
know. I agree with Shane. Why is that sexy if a girl has an attitude? You know how like you're saying if men have confidence, right? Like women find that attractive. If women have just the right amount of attitude. Now it's a fine line, okay? Like
Mhm.
not that I have to ask you twice attitude, but just enough attitude. Men do find that attractive.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't more women apply that?
I think they probably do, Shane, but
I don't think
men like different things, and there's a woman out there that will do all of those different things. You just have to find where they are and which ones are doing the things that you want them to do.
Can you be a friend and have a conversation with Yanzi for me about this?
I thought all Asian women could do that kind of stuff. Like, is that what you want? You want Yanzi to yell at you a little bit? I thought that's what being married is.
You with baseball bats like this cockroach.
You want Yanzi to beat you?
With baseball bats like this
Who's your mother,
cockroach.
you bad cockroach?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not asking for a lot, you know.
You just want to get beat a little
And
bit.
if I have to ask Yanzi, then it won't really. I'll know she's just. I like it. Won't seem real because I'm
Mm,
getting what I asked for. Then it's disingenuous. It's like she's just doing it.
'cause
But
you want it.
if she happened to one day figure out, like, I want to be tied down and be beaten like this cockroach,
Oh my God, Shane.
if somehow somebody just told her, like, Shane, see this cockroach, more of that.
Somebody just sent her this stream with a timestamp.
Not asking for a lot, asking for a little. Shane, not, I don't think he's dominated. I think he was almost exterminated. This was an attempt. This isn't domination. This is extermination. It's different.
Who's your mother, you bad cockroach?
I don't know. I feel like if she was really trying to hurt that cockroach, she'd be like, she could do it. Shane, what's your favorite holiday?
I always like Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and by the time Halloween, like real close to it's over, I'm already like shit. I want Christmas, but I can't tell if it's because I'm already done with Halloween. Halloween's like after you're not trick or treating, it's just kind of like whatever. It's like the build up to Halloween, the spooky movies, the how festive it is, and then that's it. Like, so it's always a toss up. Like, I don't know which one I like. I was thinking about this the other day. If you could give presents at Halloween, I would say I like Halloween more than Christmas. But
See,
then again, that's not
I
true.
get presents on Halloween because it's my birthday.
Uh, but then again, I don't know. I like the Christmas shit too, like the festive stuff of Christmas, and some people are happy and cheery, and that's good.
Have you noticed like your preferences have changed since you became a dad?
Yeah, because like say like you haven't seen my train set.
I've
We did
seen your Halloween one.
no. I mean, since I got the whole village up, I got a pumpkin patch, I got a graveyard, I got a fucking carny ride in it.
Mm.
So now like Terry's like taking the pumpkins and stacking them in a row, and then undo it all, and she does it the next day. And she's scared of the one spooky house if I turn it on, but the other one she likes. She's scared of ghosts, which everybody's like, everybody's scared of ghosts, but I'm like, it's weird. instinctively a kid is scared of ghosts. Why is a kid scared of ghosts? The kid doesn't even understand death. Like, why is the kid scared of ghosts?
Isn't it
Like,
because they can see them?
what?
Isn't it because they can see them?
What do you mean? No, I'm talking about like a blanket with two eyes
I
cut out.
know, but isn't that like a thing that like little kids can see ghosts?
Tell me that shit. I mean, is that a thing?
Yeah,
Like, since fucking when?
forever, man. Like, I don't believe in ghosts, but I know that's like a thing with babies. Like, so babies can see ghosts. Look it
Now
up.
that Mary can see dead people this whole time, she's been seeing ghosts.
Yeah, that's why a baby, which you can't talk to, you can't explain a concept of a ghost, but they're already afraid of them because they know what they are.
That makes sense that you're explaining it to me, but the fact that a bed sheet with two eye holes comes up on a cartoon and she takes a pillow and covers her face is bizarre because I would think a real ghost doesn't look like that.
Well, different ghosts have different forms.
Well, she's scared of that ghost. The cartoon kids.
Well, yeah, because those are the ones that are like trapped here without souls. That's why they lose their forms over time.
Don't tell me this shit. I mean, I don't like.
I had to listen to you talk about OnlyFans stupid Twitch streamers. I'm educating you on something that apparently you didn't know. Is chat confirming everything I'm saying?
I don't know. I just saw this cartoon.
Yes, your baby is afraid of a ghost because that means she's seen a ghost. And I'm explaining to you as a person who I don't believe in ghosts, but I've heard this about babies.
Look at this new
Garfield
reboot.
Oh. Look at change the subject again.
I just don't want to think that my kid's been seeing dead people standing next to me this whole time.
She has.
What is that famous painting where like the dude's eating
Saturn?
his son?
Saturn eating his son.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember the story. Why did he eat his son?
I think they were trying to play on like the whole Kronos thing, where Kronos was eating all of his children because of he was told one of his children will overthrow him eventually, and so he eats his all of his children, and until what's her name, Leda, I think is her name. She hides Zeus, and that's Zeus is the one that can kill him and save all of his siblings, which is weird because that would be Jupiter, but I don't know why. I'm pretty sure the painting is named Saturn devouring his son.
Dude, I need John for this, but John's got this whole thing how drone warfare is going to change everything, right? I just saw a clip. I'm not going to play it, unless you're interested in it.
Do you have ADHD or something, Shane?
Well, how long do you want to talk about Saturn and Kronos?
No, I'm just like, you have been like changing the subject. I'll finish a sentence. The subject is already changed. You're waiting for like something else. Like, do you have ADHD?
Oh, I don't. I'm looking at my Twitter timeline.
Okay.
But it made me think of John because John has this whole thing about drone warfare, and I just saw this video of two dudes emptying their magazines out trying to shoot an explosive drone, and that dude just has to throw his gun at it, and it causes it to explode. And almost killed him, the explosion. But just trying to watch two dudes try to gun down one of these explosive drones it's like, I mean, they can't hit it. Like it's going around them and around them, and
Yeah,
you don't.
this is like an episode. There's an episode of Star Trek like this. There's an episode of Stargate. Like,
Here, watch.
It's very.
I mean, you would think they would hit it. That guy had to duck to not get shot at by the guy trying to shoot at him. So he throws his gun at it to get it to detonate. That's what it was trying to do, is get close enough to blow them up. He's fine. He lives, by the way. Like, because you see him get up here. But, like, holy shit. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, how the fuck do you fight that?
I guess you don't. I guess you do what he just did. You outsmarted. Again, this is like, there's so many science fiction shows that have this as a plot, and you got to beat the drones. Then
Well, this is what
Stargate.
John's thing is. He would be building cargo containers of these things up. Look, this guy had to duck up under his buddy's gun here. That's fucking psycho. You're saying pinpoint defense lasers? Like you have to have a laser to what does a pinpoint defense laser? You need a pinpoint. What does that do? What does the laser fuck the drone up or? John thinks whatever country right now just needs to be stockpiling these things up like it's the Cold War and like cargo containers of these things. And then they just ship them over to us. And then somebody opens the containers and then that's it. We're fucked. That's John's whole theory.
John, your bestie.
Look, he's got to go somewhere. He lost Kelsey.
Kelsey was never his bestie.
I don't think I'm John's bestie.
You're 100% his bestie. You're the only person John leaves the house for, Shane.
He's leaving the house for cons, not me.
Shane, I have been to so many cons and have invited him to every single one, rolled out the red carpet for him to go to Anime Matsuri, and still he would not leave the house until you and him, and now you guys have gay matching banners, and
that's really eating at you, I can tell. The gay matching banners.
Yeah. I mean, it's all eating at me, Shane. It's 100%, and I have no problem admitting that. You guys' gay little bromance drives me crazy.
Why don't you go make some gay banners with John?
You guys, your gay matching banners, like just get bracelets, like gay matching bracelets, and just just come out already, Shane.
No, this type of jealousy could affect the baby.
The baby agrees with me.
The baby agrees. You can't. Yeah, I mean, this type of jealousy really could have an effect on a kid's development.
He's fine. He agrees with me. He's actually nudging my tummy to, egg me on. He's like, you tell him, Mom.
Yeah, see, I never thought any of this was gay until you said matching banners, and I'm like, that is gay.
Yeah, I know it's fucking gay.
We got tablecloths too.
Oh my god, this is you guys and your bromance. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if it's gay. Are they all putting 1, Shane?
Yeah, because you asked. You never gave them an option.
Yeah, 1 is gay, 2 is not gay. There you go. They're all putting 1s. See, I'm fucking right. You guys, your gay matching banners. You will go to your cons together, whatever. Me and Cecil haven't totally been inviting John to cons for years. And he refused to leave the house or plan anything with us until somebody named Shane Davis came around.
Well, Baltimore, because you guys didn't set up a booth. Like John,
We didn't find out about all of this until it was already too late. You conveniently didn't tell me or Cecil or anyone else except for you and John
about Baltimore.
about any of it, about C2E2, about Baltimore.
Invited to both. What are you talking about?
You didn't tell us until after you two already made plans.
Because we were afraid that we knew people would want to get us kicked out. And we knew it was risky that we would even get through.
Oh yeah, me and Cecil are gonna get you guys kicked out.
No, but we don't think either one of you can keep a secret.
I can keep a secret better than anyone can. Cecil,
I know Cecil's social security number, and I don't even know why I know that.
What?
I'm not going to trust him with real information. No.
I trusted you with mine and Peaches' real names.
I don't even remember. I mean, that's how much I care. If somebody held a gun to my head and said, "What's Anna's real name?" I wouldn't know.
Well, you went to my wedding, Shane. You've been around my family.
Dude, you surround yourself. I saw your friends. These are not family. These are
Be
people.
fucking nice to my friend, Shane.
These are people you selected.
They are wonderful people, Shane. I don't judge people. Shane,
Wonderfully.
I don't judge people. Shane, I don't judge people on the way they look. Look at my friends. Look at you. Look at John. Look at Cecil.
You don't. But you do recognize you look better next to.
Shane, I looked retarded my entire life. I don't judge people based on their appearance.
That's the thing about friends is you select them. You get to pick your friends, not your family. Boy, oh boy, does Anna pick friends.
Don't be mean, because all of my friends are beautiful in their own way, Shane.
Right. That's a
Shane, you be nice.
Oh man. Nina is in the chat. She's like, I don't know how I feel about that, Anna.
What?
I wasn't talking about Nina.
No, he's talking about my bridesmaids.
Yeah. Oh, whatever happened with Brittany?
I don't know.
No, I'm serious. Nobody mentions her. It's like she fell off the planet.
Oh, Chrissy told me that she quit YouTube and now she like trades Bitcoin or something. She trades crypto. Yeah, she's just over it and she just quit the internet. I guess her and Sean broke up and she moved back to New York and
wow.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to her. And last time I talked to Brittany, I messaged her happy birthday.
I know what happened. I know what happened.
Which was, well, I messaged her happy birthday, which was like, what, a week or two after my wedding. And that's the last time I talked to her.
I bet you she found porn on the dude's laptop and that broke her.
I don't think so. I think
she had that thing against porn. Yeah, she did.
She does, but I don't think it was that. I'm sure that there was other reasons. Sean was a pretty dedicated guy. I don't think he would cross that boundary with her. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but you're making me speculate, and I think there was other reasons. I don't.
What reasons could it be with Brittany? It doesn't matter. I don't, She kind of seems like high maintenance for a guy.
You don't say.
So there's like that's the whole thing, right? A high maintenance girl, even if like she outweighs the maintenance, it's only gonna last for so long,
But to be fair, he was friends. They were friends for years, so he knew what he was getting into with the high maintenance, and he didn't seem bothered by it, which is why I was shocked when they broke up. I was like, wow, he was very dedicated to her.
You know who broke up with who?
No, I don't. I haven't talked to her.
Hmm. It's just weird how she was just like the talk of the town and everything, and now you're telling me she's just out and trading Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, when you get tired of it, you get tired of it. She was over it. I think it's because because of the kind of content she makes, she just constantly was getting screwed over by YouTube. And I mean, she's got bills to pay, so
How was she getting screwed over by YouTube?
because YouTube demonetizes her all the time. She got kicked off of Twitch. YouTube is over here demonetizing her videos, so she spends a lot of time researching and editing and then scripting things. So when you've spent like 3 weeks on a video and YouTube, demonetizes it right off the back, that's 3 weeks of work you're not getting paid for. And she needs to, at the end of the day, she's got to pay her bills. So if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. So I don't blame her.
Why were they demonetizing her?
Because she's a very controversial person.
Hmm.
Because she's doing like takedown videos on that Pearl girl. She she does she does like exposing people and stuff like that. And because she is a little bit political at times, it's just she got freaking kicked off of Twitch for like her satire on making like African cookies, which she literally just baked mud. But I know, and the funny thing is, like, she's black, right? Like, her dad was white, her mom was black, and because she came out very pale like her mom, people don't know that she's black.
They're saying she said.
Yeah, she has said that many times because, again, she's black.
You think you could take that up with YouTube and be like, "I'm black. I'm allowed to say."
She did try to. Well, yeah, there's a lot of black content creators that drop the N-bomb all the time, but she's very, very pale. Like a lot of people don't know that she's black.
I know. That's what's funny about it. She's black. She's then talking to YouTube, but they're like, "But you too white."
No, seriously, that happened. That's why she got kicked off of Twitch, was because some Asian girl that reviewed her video said it was racist, and she's like, "But I'm black."
Maybe she could do it if she said, "I identify as black," but being actually black but looking white was too far. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Now, if you're white and you identify as black, then you can say it. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what's funny. Like to me, that's funny. Like I know it's not funny for her. She spent all that time, but why not just go to Rumble or something at that point? Can she just drag her audience to Rumble?
Well, she was more of like a streamer. Well, she moved over to YouTube. So she got canceled on Twitch. She had to move over to YouTube. But I mean, when you're a streamer and you spend years building up your platform and then you get that platform taken away from you, it's like you saw when you got your channel randomly destroyed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It hits you in the gut and you're just kind of like, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. And imagine somebody that's got hundreds of thousands. Like I know like 10,000.
No, I know, but see, I don't make most of my money, if any money, YouTube. I mean, I make money, but that's not, most of my money is coming from books. So
yeah, you're not relying on it to pay your bills, basically.
I was 100% like it's my YouTube money or nothing. Like I don't even know how I would. I don't know, like that. That's like all your eggs are in one basket type shit. Like that just seems
well,
crazy.
she's got like Patreon and stuff like that. So it's not her only source of income, but I mean that's a huge hit to like somebody that, that is one of their main sources of income. and to lose that and to like constantly get silenced and get censored, and basically everything that you do just gets taken away from you. It gets frustrating after a while. So I think she wanted a little bit more stability, because a lot of people don't know this, but Brittany has been like an orphan and on her own since she was 16. Her dad died when she was 15 and her mom died a year later. So she has been financially supporting herself since she was 16 years old. So she's very, self-aware in that way of like how to survive and how to make money and support herself. And because she blew up on streaming, obviously she's focused on that. But now she found another way to make money, so she's got to focus on that. And at the end of the day, it's like she doesn't have family to lean on. Like if she gets fucked over, she's fucked over. So I get it. She's got to do what works best for her. And yeah, but
That painting looks nice.
thanks. I'm just like blocking it in right now.
Yeah, but like you got a nice form with her breastplate, collarbone area with her highlight on her boobs and stuff. You had a good yeah, well, the boobs, but I mean not just the boobs. It's what you did with the shadow on her torso or whatever you want to call that area that works. Anna, do a sleep stream so I can stop peeking in your window. Back in Glorious Rex 3 and Dino King. Let's go.
I have slept on stream before, and that's when I fell out of my chair. I've fallen asleep on Jack Show many times.
Somebody said that they replaced Kelsey on Graybeards. Does anybody? If I had a way to reach out to him, I probably would. I got to mail him some books when we get them in, anyways. But I hate that Kelsey's not around anymore.
I do too. I, thoroughly enjoyed Kelsey's company, and it broke my heart when all that Dungeoneer shit happened.
No. People, the Dungeoneer shit.
I was EFAPing Son of John's Couch stream earlier on my stream.
Yeah.
One from the other night where you were on and you guys were talking about all that drama.
Yeah, it's weird how it's just like this rot, like because it never really had closure. Like it's like, yeah, and then somehow we keep getting blamed for it. It's like, yeah, I went in and I made this room and then I talked this shit and then I also then screen capped it and then leaked it out, and like, how am I the fucking blame? Like at what point am I to blame for their shit? It's so fucking weird. And it'll come up. It's like, you guys did it. You guys ran them off. It's like, no, they were halfway. They had 1 foot out the fucking door in the back room. Give me a break.
I know. The only reason they were straggling on because they were hanging on to like get some kind of clout.
Look at these little Jello things. And they're fruit. You cut the top off. Very like Japanese. This is pineapple.
Mm.
But yeah, you're right.
I'm right about what?
Oh, the drama.
Yeah, I just, what? I've found every sphere of the internet. It all rotates around jealousy and entitlement and people that feel that they're entitled to certain things. And when they don't get the things that they're entitled to, they turn on the people that they blame because they can't take accountability for themselves and why they're not successful. So it's easier just to blame somebody else than themselves. It happens over and over.
Over here trying to make a point. He goes, none of the Dungeoneers talk about it, just your side of it. Yeah, because
people keep bringing it up every fucking day, I feel like.
In our chat. Like, it's not just that, but what do you want them to say about it? You know who doesn't bring anything up is Phil Diaz or Patrick on who did the recording and how it leaked, Paulus. Like, why? That is weird. They don't talk about that, isn't it? Probably because it's criminal, right?
I don't know why either of them don't talk about it, but
no, because it'd be admitting to a felony because of the states they're in.
Probably, maybe.
Party.
Or maybe they're embarrassed that they got caught, but
That is Paul, is that strange?
what, that they don't talk about it? They didn't talk about a lot of things. Nobody.
And Ethan never talked about the contents of the recording. No, he did. He did a stream about it. I was in there. I think even Anna went in there.
Yeah, I did, because I explained who I thought it was that was recording it.
Yeah, there was a whole stream about the content.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's weird, right? Like, I don't know, maybe pretend you're in my shoes there for a minute, Paulus, and just say there's a room, my name comes up in it, these people sit on my streams. Hell, I've done closeouts for, people in that room. And all of a sudden, I'm being called a liar. I'm actively paying a guy that's calling me a liar in the room to produce work. And you wonder, like, hey, why does that bother Shane? I don't know. Because not one fucking person had the balls to come up to and say it to my fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
But they had the balls when it was sit on the stream and sell their books.
Yeah.
And you're right, they don't talk about it, probably because just like before, they're in a back room somewhere talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that it's not that hard to see.
Yeah, there's someone, I forgot what they said. I remember I saw them talking shit. I lost the little code that had all who was who.
Well, so, Sheila Aliens actually went through and decoded it.
I know,
So
I don't know where it is, but I was trying to find out because, like, Cecil wanted to know what one person specifically said, and I was supposed to look it up for him, and I totally forgot.
the
I'll
weird
just say it was Matt Yackey. I know he
no,
said I know he said some stuff, but Cecil forgot, and he hired him to do something on Cash Grab, and people were being like, "Why are you hiring a Dungeoneer that talks shit about you?" And I was
mhm.
like, I remember he said something, but I don't remember what he said. And I said I would look it up, and I totally forgot. Do you remember what he said?
He had some spicy opinions in there. But Matt was kind of mad, like, from my understanding, not in that room, but from my understanding, he came over to work on Black Flag, and I don't think he got a lot of pages to color, and I don't think because I've heard him talk about it on stream, he felt like his other work opportunities dried up for coming
Mm.
over here. And I could just kinda when I saw what Matt said, I was like, I wonder if he's just really angry and jaded.
But was he saying stuff about, like, you and John and Cecil?
Yeah. It's so somebody had sent me a couple of screenshots from the room, like, before the room ever leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody said, "Hey, this was said, and you should see." The reason they sent it to me wasn't what was said, and again, I'd have to go find this and pull this shit up, and
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what was being said, but it was about I do know it was about John, Ethan, and me, and probably Mandy. It's probably that thing that Kelsey said, like, "We're liars," or whatever. Maybe he said, "You're not gonna monetize me," or whatever. I don't know, whatever but all the hearts and likes and thumbs up that was in it is what they were showing.
Mm.
So it's weird. My perception of the whole Dungeoneer file is different from everybody else's because once you understand, like, there's people in there that really weren't saying a lot, putting a
But they
heart
were
behind.
liking, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like so the file to me is only, like, half of it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can say, "Hey, what did Matt Yackey say?" And then my brain goes, "I'm more interested who put hearts behind it." The
What
people that
other
just
people were
don't
saying,
like
yeah.
it, but they're just emoting it, yeah, and if some of the people were literally, like, people I'm
Yeah.
sitting on stream selling books with, and it's like, "The fuck is
Mm-hmm.
that?" I mean, and then you go, "Well, there's 2 things happening here. Either they just wanna look cool in front of everybody in the room, or they mean it."
Yeah.
and you don't know which.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was obvious who like the ringleaders of all of it were, but yeah, I felt bad. I told Cecil I would look it up and I totally forgot. But so maybe someone in the chat remembers and can let us know. But I told Cecil also, I was like, you could always just ask him straight up, like, what the fuck did he say? And like, maybe he'll like, be man enough to tell you.
Hollis Arts goes, I see your side, Shane, but it seems like you guys keep bringing it up to make sure the well is thoroughly poisoned. Somebody sent me a clip the other day of Patrick on one of his streams talking about going to Tampa and how they went out to dinner and they made sure Mandy that somebody had her seat. So I don't think I'm the only one bringing it up. I think I'm the only one you give a fuck to watch.
I think the chat brings it up a lot.
Well, the chat was the ones that wanted to know all this shit because they were like,
Well, I think people like, because there was people involved that other people really liked, and so they're like, well, we want to see everyone like come back, and then they get mad at Ethan and you and John and for like laughing at him. But it's like, but you guys got to remember, I know that like some of these people were really likable, but they were in a room talking shit for what, over a year, and had all this built up
on
animosity.
Hollis, the thing that was liked is literally this. Like, I do know this because this is why I uploaded it. This was what was liked. And it's like, oh no, somebody likes that's what it was. That was the thing that sent to me and I saw the reactions. And I don't really give a fuck if somebody likes it. That could be on fucking Twitter and people could like that all the fuck they want. But if you're not sitting on I'm not taking time aside to close out your campaign, and not that I do a lot of that, but there are people that were liking that were doing that. And what the fuck? I mean, I got better shit to do with my time. Don't go, oh no, somebody did that. That's homosexual shit. What's homosexual shit is me taking 3 hours to close somebody's campaign out at fucking 2 in the morning and they're hitting the fucking heart on that. That's homosexual shit. If I continue to do that, if I choose not to do that, I mean, that's heterosexual shit. And that's what I'm doing. Homosexual shit would be to continue to fucking drag somebody's fucking campaign up at 2 o'clock on my channel when I have my own books to work on and I have a family.
Mm-hmm. You made a good point on John's stream the other night. It's like, they're not inviting you onto their shows to like, oh, Shane, you got a book, why don't you come on my show and promote it? It's like, but they expect you to be there for them.
You go look at that group in that room. Very few people in there actually offered that. So whatever.
Yeah, I was just disappointed. I think like Kelsey definitely was the main one, but I was disappointed about Narwhal and a few others.
No, you'll never be able to. You're always taking a chance and getting fucked over. I get that. It's just it's not even the fuck, dude. I don't know. Like somebody sent me a clip where Dan was out with Patrick or something at Tampa, and like
Dan who?
Dan Frega, he's just trying to do like a YouTube
Mhm.
video. There's like Patrick in the background talking shit. It's just like Christ at me or something. It's just like it's just don't think that these people aren't still doing the same shit. And you know what, Paulus? You know what else is homosexual? Some stuttering fucktard that ejaculated in his own beard, for God's sakes, and told thousands of people he did that. Preemptively striking and attacking him and Biggins. Fucking attacking the triple threat cover before we could ever launch it. Why? Because of what we were going to do with our profits. for a book people were backing. That's fucking gay. Are you out here calling did you Paulus, were you out here calling that shit out for being gay and homosexual? It's not gay to keep bringing it up, like, they attacked a campaign, then after it, I think, they attack a fucking campaign we're doing either before the room leaked or whatever. I don't give a shit. Was it gay when Patrick went out here and attacked, did a CG trademark attack stream, and Patrick was out here saying CGers that backed him didn't help put a roof on his house, and CG, like he's CG, but not his company after everybody went in trying to back him and getting his campaign that normally was a $40,000 campaign. We got it up to 6 figures. Was that gay for him to do that stream? Actually, here's another one, Apollos. If none of that shit is gay, then why are those streams down? Yeah, God took his roof, you know? Wasn't us.
I don't know what the roof story is. I've heard like you and John mention it before, but I don't know what happened.
No, he milked the roof thing like he and he
What
wouldn't
roof thing?
uh, he lost his roof because of a hurricane. He wouldn't even leave for the hurricane. It was they were told to leave and they wouldn't. And then he totally made a big YouTube thing out of it or what he perceived, which is fine. He had a campaign. He wanted more love for his campaign. I brought it up a lot. We brought it up a lot. We got it funded to 6 figures. The next thing I know, he's just shit talking CG trademark and that he's CG but not his company. And when the pit omnibus flew apart and shit like that. That's fucking gay also. A guy hitting the ground and trying to break CG apart in that fucking room for for fucking the pit omnibus blowing up. And the guy's out here talking about going to another publisher now. I'm not even making this up. To print his own omnibus. What in the fuck was he going to do with Dale's omnibus?
Oh, isn't that because like his wife's prego? Which
I don't get
congratulations to him.
handle his own book, then what in the hell was he trying to take money from backers to print somebody else's book? Dude, I've done fulfillment with a pregnant wife. I'm not saying that's what he should do, but you sure as shit don't need to go out here taking money for somebody else's book and saying that you can do a fulfillment and not be prepared for any stupid little hiccup like that. What was he going to do? Grab everybody's money for Pitt and then say, hope that something like Rippison would come up to give everybody their book. Like,
Mhm.
and that I don't give a shit, but don't go out here and act like people swooped in and stole from you and play the victim and try to, use that to cry, bitch, and scream, and you're the victim. And then when push comes to shove, you can't even do your own omnibus. Shut the fuck up, dude. You need a time machine to roll this shit back. Holy fuck. And then somebody's going to come in, oh, you keep bringing it up. I wish it wouldn't come up. How about this? I wish it never happened. How about a bunch of people didn't say some stupid shit in a fucking room that leaked out on the internet and then the rest of us have to deal with it
Mm.
constantly. How about that?
Yeah, that would be ideal. I always just wish if people had a problem with me, they would say it to my face, but
Thank you.
very few people do. I tell you and John how much the gay shit bothers me. Your gay bromance. I tell you that straight up to your face. Got no shame in admitting my jealousy there. Do you appreciate that, Shane?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. How about when here's another one. How about like when you're pointing fingers at CG books are late and it's a scam and all that shit that you don't start your update. You don't start out your update with greetings all. We've got a small amount left to send out. Thanks for being patient. Who in the fuck is this to point fingers at a late book if that is the beginning of your update? You see, that's homosexual. I don't know, Paulus. I mean, if you need me to spell out what's homosexual and what's not, everything is my fault. How about that? Ha ha ha. JD Kirby. I don't know. Late is late. I'm late. I have medical problems. I'm late. Extends on its way. I'm gonna get it out. I'm late though. But I'm not making excuses. I'm late. I'm as late as anybody else is late. I'm sure as shit not pointing fingers trying to cancel people. Oh, okay, so you're keeping score on what's gay, Paulus. That's good. I'm glad that you were there and
Well,
you
why are you
I'm
responding
not
to a troll?
no, I'm not. I don't know if he's a troll or not. I'm not saying he's a troll, but I'm glad you marked that point, Paulus. I'm glad you're keeping I don't have to keep track for everybody on what's gay. I don't know. You know what? That fucker had me stop drawing Starlight Cats. Maybe you don't know this, Paulus. I stopped drawing Starlight Cats to do the cover on this campaign. That is late. That he's updating. He's updating people. Sorry, you don't have your shit. Guess what? I'm gonna do an omnibus with another publisher. Don't fucking advertise. Why are you advertising that to the people that don't have their shit? How you're gonna sell them an omnibus? Like I mean, I'm not even making this up. What did I ask? Like, if you're keeping score, and I literally just said, that you're not a troll. I said, I don't know if you're a troll.
No,
I
I am
don't
the one that
I don't
called him a troll.
Kirby's over here. I don't know. Patrick especially gets under my skin because I don't think anybody sold his shit harder than me.
Mm.
I don't. And Patrick said some fucked up shit about people, and I was like, dude, I don't want to hear it. And then or I would object to what he was saying, and then he would get real quiet and weird. And then what I come to find out is the reason he got quiet and weird was he took because I didn't like what he was saying. He just went into that room and said the shit there to a
Yeah.
bunch of other people, and it's like, well, I think it's gay that people are asking for a book in your updates, and that your answer is thanks for being patient. Only a few of you left. You bring up a bunch of their stuff, and then you advertise that you're getting ready to do an omnibus of the same shit people are waiting on. Anyways, what's super gay is I stopped drawing Starlight Cats to do this cover, and before Patrick ever talks about late books of any kind, okay, and brings up anything about it, because dude's got tons of energy to do all these cons. Uh, that I'm talking Starlight Cats. I've done 2 books and getting ready to do fulfill another one. Like the dude, you know, draws really simple and retarded and takes a long goddamn time to do it. I mean, you've seen Anna do this painting on stream. Like, there
Yeah,
is a
but
real problem if Patrick draws the way he does and he's that fucking slow.
Shane, I've been doing this for years.
And so is Patrick.
Well. This isn't a render, though. This is like me just blocking in colors. His stuff, I'm assuming, is finished. I've never said this because I didn't want to be rude, but I'll take a little bit of the heat you're going to get off of you after people discover this stream. So some of the things that I hate the most are basically what's in that Johnny Phantasm book, and I never backed one until that last campaign that you were pushing pretty hard, and I backed it so I could get the Dale Keown cover and t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone knows I hate gangsters, and I could care less about the skull crystal Dias des Mortas thing, because
Yeah.
I mean, I'll celebrate the holiday because it's my aunt's birthday and my uncle is Mexican. So like I'll celebrate it. That's fine. But like the movie Coco, I could care fucking less. So everything that I can't stand is in that book. And Patrick sent it to me years ago, like the first one with like all these extra things. And I'm like, I didn't buy this for a reason. And I think he wanted me to like review it and like give it attention. And I just like, I tried reading it and I got like 2 or 3 pages in and I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to read this. Like I could care less about this character. And I felt bad at first, but after all the Dungeoneer stuff, I don't feel bad anymore.
Patrick has a history of pissing people off. He used to work with a guy on that book. Like I'd even had him on. They had a blow up, and then I had to go to him to get paid and try to patch things up for him with my cover. Like Patrick has a history of falling out with people, even people on this fucking book. So I don't
Wait,
know.
that is not just him, that's other people as well.
Yeah, no, Patrick had a falling out with the guy he works with on this book.
Oh my God.
Like, the guy gave him kind of permission to continue on without him.
So this
Like,
is
Patrick
more
has
than
a
one person's idea.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
the dude's name was Aaron or something. I can't remember. Somebody in the chat might remember.
I don't know. I said this earlier in my stream. I'm like, don't send me your comic. I'm only like, if I ever talk about one, it's one because I've spent my money on. It's like I don't have anything nice to say. I can't sugarcoat things. I'm not good at it. Maybe I'll get better once I have a baby, but
Yeah, there you go, Texas Mofo. Thank you. Aaron Imolti, I think is the guy's name. He was a writer.
what? Wait, the guy from the Nickercada case?
No, not that Aaron. No, no, no. Yeah, he worked with him because of the swingers. Yeah. That guy, it's funny, he got busted with that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. No, I got so much shit because I was calling him out. Because I was like, I don't want to talk about Nick. That stuff upsets me. Like, obviously, the whole thing upsets me. But I'm like, I don't want to talk about Nick. And I saw this guy going on every fucking stream talking shit. And I called him out, and everyone's like, oh, you're sweeping for Nick. And I'm like, no, I don't agree with what Nick did. I just said I don't want to talk about it because I know him. And I called out fucking Aaron. Everyone was giving me shit for it. And now I'm like, I was fucking right, bitches. And now everyone's like, oh, look at this guy. And I'm like, you mean the guy I called out as an asshole from the very beginning? Oh, crazy. Not that anyone else cares.
No, I was against the Aaron guy at first too, but I just,
You stayed out of it.
well, there's nothing to really talk about. It's like a train wreck. I was talking to it about John, but I mean, I was just getting him up to date. I thought the whole thing's funny. You know who was there at the beginning?
Hmm.
The very fucking beginning of that whole thing, and they're on stream and they're bored as fuck. I can't even make this up. Mandy Summers.
Mandy
Like,
was on.
if you go look at the Chrissy Mayer stream, somebody had clipped all of it together. I think Elsa clips when like Nick first met April.
Hmm.
He's there, and every time Nick kind of makes a flirty pass at April, like Mandy's just kind of like uncomfortable and rolling her eyes. And Mandy didn't even know she was there till I saw that clip. And I told Mandy, I was like, if this is ever a Netflix documentary, you're in it. I'm like, that's you. Every pass he made and filling her out when he was first on stream with her, Mandy's just rolling her eyes and grunting weird because it was obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to go back and look at. I mean, I barely know Nick. I barely know Nick. I think I've messaged him once or twice. I
Listen,
don't
I've
remember
been
Nick.
friends with Nick for years, so it's.
He seems like a good guy. That whole situation, the Aaron guy comes off. I tried to explain it to John. I said, because he didn't know who the guy is. I'm like, he's the guy in every 90s movie. The whole movie, you're waiting for the hero to break his nose.
Yep.
and John's like, "I don't get it. I don't get it. That guy's the victim." And I'm like, "No, he's the guy that you're waiting an hour and 45 minutes for fucking Mel Brooks to break his nose with a mullet."
Yeah,
You know, like, I mean, that's it. He is that guy.
he's a scumbag.
Yeah, he is the I would the I'm writing a scumbag into RoboCop. He's that guy.
Yes.
And it's weird. It's like I almost felt bad for him. I'm like, God did that to him. God gave him that charisma. God made him the villain.
He
I'm
did it
like,
to his fucking self. And
when
he's
you're
just
that
like,
slimy, no, but when you're that slimy and you have that slimy a personality, then you mix with his slimy ass voice. It's like God did that. God made him. I said Mel Brooks. I didn't mean Mel Brooks. I'm Mel Gibson. I was talking about Mel Brooks before.
you were. I knew what you meant.
Mel Gibson. Uh, but when God does, I mean, he has the voice, he has the look, he has the shit-eating grin, he has the personality. It's like everything. Like if somebody played that dude to me, I'm like, is that an act? Is that really him? Like it just seems like
Mhm.
a put on. But then it's like, why would somebody YouTube and be that guy? Nobody wants to watch that guy. People just want to see that guy get hit. Uh, Go back in Glorious Rex, guys. We got a couple of days left. We have 3 books in this campaign. 232 Beast Mode, which is drawn by Anthony Gonzalez Clark. We have Inglorious Rex Fighting Spirit, drawn by yours truly, and we have a supplemental being drawn by Chris Graves from Writhe and Pain. So this is a new cover we did. This is somebody in a super chat earlier was talking about this character with 4 arms and fins. This is Rune 2.0, part of the Resurrection program, and a really big. I'm going to do a lot with him. It's a very complicated character to draw fighting poses with and stuff because of the forearms, but I'm gonna make it cool. I it's gonna be a challenge, that's for sure. Because of rules of motion and figures and all that. But 232 Beast Mode, definitely pick that up. The race car is up too. So a lot of good stuff in this campaign. 23 days left. We did short it a day or two. So it never got a second 30 altogether. And I don't know if I'm gonna do a long in demand with these campaigns because I just kind of like not having an active campaign. Plus, it's hard for us to maintenance our site with an active campaign and what if something went wrong if we tried to update some stuff. So I would back it during the campaign, like while we're going. I don't know if I want to play in demand that much. So if you're watching this, you want to back it, go in and back it. You're going to get the cheapest version of the book you can, meaning in price, and they can only go up from there. If you're new to Inglorious Rex, you want to pick up 1 and 2, you can get it in our shop. And we do have a 10-page preview of Inglorious Rex 1. You can go read it at ingloriousrex.com. Now, this is weird, but I'm probably going to put up a 10-page preview of Inglorious Rex 2. But right now, there's a 10-page preview of Inglorious Rex 1 if you're new. So you can go check that out for free. And that's it. There you guys go. Let's get some backing going. Like, excellent, free. I
Go
need
back Shane's book. It's good. You know what you do, Shane? You take things that I have no interest in and you make them interesting. I couldn't care
Yeah.
less about kaiju. I couldn't care less about fighting or boxing. And you actually tell a compelling story. So good job.
So that's because I hate clone stories. I love clone stories. The problem with clone stories is you never care about the clone because it's a clone. That was the problem with the Spider-Man clone saga. The minute you knew there were clones, it's like, everybody's a clone. What the fuck's a clone? What if Spider-Man was a clone this whole time? And I wanted to make the whole clone thing work. I also wanted some cool shit, but with 232, I did something with him and gave him something that makes him a very you don't want to see him die. It gives him just enough personality to stand out, makes him unique, and that was my angle. I really thought long and hard to try to figured that out. 3 is gonna be a challenge though, because I'm afraid 2 might be, of course, I want to top 2 and everything, but, some of the reveals in 2, I'm like, how am I topping that?
Mm,
I have a plan, but, like, I'm also afraid I'm boxing myself into a corner,
mm. I
and that's
don't
all I
want to
got.
press you because then I'll get you
No,
to talk.
I know, but that's all I got to say about it, is, like, I'm at that point where I'm like, every move I make now has to be, like, I have to think issue 4, issue 5, whatever I'm doing. It's like everything I'm doing right now affects everything down the road. So,
Yeah. You're at that point of the story.
yeah, where it's like, yeah, because I have, like, the big ending in my head, and then I have, like, you know, where I wanna leave off on 3 and, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. And then in the end, I would just like this thing to be nice together and this big complete project too. Like, this isn't something I wanna see going on forever. So, the bigger story, obviously the new there's 2 stories going on right now. Like, what's happening outside with 232 and Razor, and then what's happening inside with Nate and Alex. So, 3's just gonna look completely different. Like, literally half the book's gonna look one way, the other half the book is gonna be all this other crazy monster shit. So, and even that's getting kinda weird. Like, I have, like, some really gut punch things I'm wanting to put in there. But it's weird, if you put these big emotional knife twist in the story, you almost have to give some sort of you have to counterbalance that with some moment that makes the audience feel good. But those moments really wouldn't be until 4. So, like, that's my problem, is it's like just the story structure of it and making sure I don't twist the knife on some things too much. Like, I did that with a Dexter story. I made the cat cry at the end, and it totally fucked people up just because I had the cat cry at the end. I
'Cause-
wasn't even added an extra panel, and I said that he has to cry at the end, and, it wasn't in the script, and then everybody was crying about it on the internet, and it still gets trending every now and then.
Because they were mad at you or they liked it?
They liked it, but it made them cry.
Oh.
Like, it was like that, like, it meant a
Well,
lot
it's
to
a kitty
them.
cat.
Yeah, but you don't wanna end a story like that. See, they can just then get the
You
next
didn't
issue.
want, they don't want the Titanic ending?
No, well, but they get to get more comics with the character, like, really quick. Like, doing something like that with this, it's like, yeah, you guys got emotional, or I twist the knife, but now you gotta wait, like, a year for the next book. So, I think it's a little different in graphic novels. I think you can't do those things like that exactly. I don't know. I'm weighing this out in my head. I haven't made a decision one way or the other on this one scene. But the more I go, "No, that's too fucked up," and then I come back to it, like, days later thinking about it, I'm like, "Yeah, but that's really good, but that's super fucked up, but it's really good."
Just fucking
Yeah.
do it, Shane.
Yeah, well, that's what the problem was with 2. The same shit was happening
Tell
to
me
me on.
what it is off air and I'll tell you if you should do it or not.
No, it's a really fucked up scene.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, but it's like, dude, that's fucked up.
That's fine. Just
Alright, I'll tell you off air.
okay.
But, everybody go check out, and you might find out this really fucked up scene. We'll see. We're gonna read some super chats. We got shit. It's so loud because it's epic. Here we guys go. I don't know. A couple of videos I played, it's a StreamYard.
Even like the last thing you shared, it was so fucking loud.
That's what I'm saying. That normally isn't that loud. It's something to do with StreamYard. Anna, did you watch Kings? Did you see how John's body language became submissive when Shane entered the stream?
No. Yeah, I pointed out how in your guys' gay relationship, you're the top and John's the bottom, and John is so upset with me about that. And I'm like, You're the one that all of a sudden bend over backwards for Shane. You're definitely the bottom. And he's like, now I got to kill Shane to prove my masculinity. Like, that's what a bottom would say, because a top wouldn't have to do that.
Shouldn't fuck with John like that. No, John.
John deserves it.
Yeah,
But now he wants to kill you because of my theory that you're the top.
He's not going to Baltimore if they kick us out, but we're so close to it. I think that's happening.
I don't think you guys are going to get kicked out until Mark Waid finds out.
Well, here's the problem with Baltimore. I don't mind saying on airs. There is an award that's given out at Baltimore Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, SJWs are all about those, so like that's why I didn't know we would make it to Baltimore.
Well, you guys don't have Ethan on your thing, so.
Well, talking to Reed before on C2E2, I'm not sure if Ethan was exactly the issue.
Was it John? No, it was 100%.
It kind of felt more like it was John in a way, especially when he tried to buy a badge and they said, no, you can't go. Like, it seemed like.
Well, that was after you guys already got kicked out when he bought the badge.
Okay, so you know how those guards went to go push him out when he took off the mask? See, the reason they never did that to me, I didn't realize it until the other night, is I went in dressed up as Mange. The whole time I was dressed up. I never had a mask to take off. So, like, I'm walking around the whole time. I'm not so sure they weren't looking to throw me out. But they were just I'm just walking around the con live streaming, screaming to the top of my lungs as a Mange.
Being a weirdo.
So at Baltimore Comic Con, they could just be throwing out a bunch of motherfuckers dressed up as Tiger King.
I don't think so. I think that whole thing got blown up because it was you guys announcing it as this big thing, and then when Ethan said he was going to go was really when that like kicked off.
No, we had done the campaign and Ethan being there and going, all that had been there for a long time. Like you don't understand. Like a lot of people don't understand this.
I do
but
understand.
No, I had to submit everybody's bios to them to go up on the website. I wasn't like I went and did that. I had to go submit and write bios for John, for Ethan. I had to then submit, and then weeks later it went up on the site, and then we were there for weeks. So we went through so many people.
I know, but it wasn't until people on Twitter saw and bothered them, and that's when they canceled.
Yeah, sure. But it wasn't like Ethan was ever just snuck up on them. Like I had to submit bios for him.
I know, and you embarrass them because they have a right hand and left hand that don't speak to one another.
I mean, I would feel better if like it was like, oh, Shane just snuck him up under his coat. No. And even before that, we were like, well, we're two different companies, and like you need one company to bill. And they're like, well, do we cut this in half and you send us two bills? And they're like, no, just file it up under one of your LLCs. Like we literally had an employee coaching us into doing it that way. It's like the whole thing is just gifting one talking and drawing membership. Barb Rogers out here throwing in fucking work. Look at that. Pastor Flash member for 2 months. 2 months. Faye lady in that video thought she was pregnant because she was craving water. I saw that. I think I've played that show before, Pastor Flash, and I've gotten hit for it. It's sometimes those Lifetime TV shows or whatever it is. Syringus Fungus for $2. Shane, why did John steal godlike from Ulysses 31? I don't think he did, but who knows? Barb Rogers, Miss Solar Terror, gifting one talking and drawing membership with Shane Davis. Look at that. Another one off the fucking. Just throw them out there. Syringus Fungus for $2. Did E not do C2E2 because of the wraparound cover? What do you mean? Did E not do C2E2 ... because this wrap around cover Syringus Fungus? No, Ethan I don't think Ethan. I don't know. Traveling for Ethan doesn't seem like something he does a lot.
It's too
I
hard
don't.
for him to leave Andrea with Ava.
Yeah.
And he's got
So
other stuff going on.
yeah. So I don't know what all that is. Like, I think he was going, and then we got kicked out, and then he's just like, you know. Then he was just trolling, but I think he was going to C2E2. Like but you know,
He was if you guys didn't get canceled.
yeah. He goes, I retarded that gay John stuff. Read the super chats as they are current. Okay. Did you come up with another one? All right. There you guys go. All
I
right. Well,
probably got to go to bed soon, man.
yep, I'm ending the stream anyways. Thanks for popping on, Anna. And everybody, thanks for watching. Go check out Inglorious Rex 3. And 465 people, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. Go check out Anna, that Star Wars Girls art channel. Make sure you guys are all subbed to that. Whose show was Jack's show on this week?
It's supposed to be mine, but I got to trade with C, so I got something going on. But everyone that's watching me on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll paint this thing later. I'm just blocking and stuff. But everyone go subscribe to Shane. Leave me a comment. Thanks for, watching me paint Nina's eye and now this fairy thing. But I'm going to end the stream. So everyone, thanks for watching.
Yep.
See you later.
Hey, bye.